Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Azerbaijan here in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here in Baku. I was just sat talking with my mic on mute. Shocking. Yes, this is I think this is the only circuit which is below sea level, I believe, isn't it? Of course, as it is on borderline on Europe, but of course it was the European Grand Prix for a short time. I say a short time. It was only the European Grand Prix for one season, wasn't it? Back in their debut season of 2016 for Azerbaijan. Hello, welcome. Of course, we had a technical gremlin there, so I didn't turn on my mic there, which is shocking. Anyway, nevertheless, I think this is the second or third longest track on the calendar. I should really do my fact finding, really, shouldn't I? It's 6 kilometers long. I'm sure it's the second, isn't it? Or is that Saudi Arabia now? Goodness gracious me. But yes, this is a long and brutal circuit, and I must say that you need some cojones, I think, from turn 16, going flat out through 17, 18, 19 and 20 turns on this course, because especially when your tires are worn out, my goodness gracious me, it's quite an eye-opener, really, and it really intimidated me when I used to league race around here, and that's one of the reasons why I don't league race anymore, is because I have decided that I can't handle the stress anymore. Mumford is on a lap. Mumford scored some points last time out in Monaco. We are going to be losing 3 drivers here, but P's already out of the qualifying session, unfortunately. 2 DRSons around here, of course, on the start-finish straight and on the back straight in between 2 and 3. We have got, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standings there, whilst you've got Mumford taking us around Baku. As one thing that I think before we go to the constructors, one thing that I think will be crucial in this qualifying session, and indeed in the Grand Prix itself, is tyre warm-up. Because you can see, look at this, as we're in the old city part of Baku now, and look at how much shade there is. It is covering the circuit, and we've got glimpses of sunshine bursting through the buildings. However, look at that, the track is almost it's basically in the shade for about 70-80% of the lap. So tyre warm-up is going to be a problem, especially when we get onto the hard tyres and in the race itself. And of course, I say about you need cojones for 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20. What about that fast part that coming out of the castle section there? And it's the most narrowest part of all the Formula 1 calendar. And now that is, Mumford does come through to turn 16 as well. And that is it. And if you want a good lap around here, you must not touch the brakes again until turn 1. And look at these fast flowing parts of the circuit. I am expecting a high attrition rate around here as well. There is going to be some tears flooded, I think, then in that part of the circuit. And we are expecting safety cars as well. Well, I assume so. Anyway, Mumford goes fast on a 40.8. That is about a second and a tenth slower than our all-time lap record, which is set by it's not set by Sam Green, but it goes fastest in the Red Bull by 0.4 of a second. We're on board Glock at the moment. The fastest all-time lap around here in ALR trim is a P's of a 1:39.8 then. So we're not too far off the all-time lap record on these Formula 1 spec machines. And here is the Alpha Man now of Glock, who fair play to Glock last week, as I think that Glock is very used to being very much at the front then, but he is really adapting to life in the midfield. Oh, and almost having a, goodness gracious me, you might have to change those underpants after turn 16, because he had a really big old wobbly there. Glock is on to adapt to life in the midfield of ALR this season, isn't he? Of course, the first ever silver world champion then. He was back in the first ever world champion in season. Glock comes across the line and he does a 39.9. We're going to have to fact check that all-time lap record, because they are quite close to that already, aren't they? Goodness gracious me. But that is, of course, the race fastest lap, not the qualifying fastest lap. Then I think the all-time lap record I haven't actually looked at yet. Let's watch in Marky, a lovely helmet design indeed then for Marky, as he threads the eye of the needle going through the concrete walls and the concrete barriers, and which really makes a tunnel effect, doesn't it? And DRS, there it is. And I think that this is probably, if and when we do get safety cars, and Marky's fast then as well. Very good, impressive time so far. If and when we do get safety cars, which I think it's almost 100% guaranteed we will get a safety car. Safety cars causes safety cars as well. but when we do get a safety car, it is probably the most difficult safety car restart that you can have in all of the calendar itself. And as you can see, the Alpine Wouter has dropped off the pace in terms of the Drivers' Championship. Now he's now 25 points behind Boxtel after his DNF in the Monaco Grand Prix a week ago. But of course, we go from one street circuit to another. But we go from one of the slowest average speeds on the calendar to one of the fastest average speeds on the calendar here in Baku. It's a very different kettle of fish, isn't it? Don't know where that saying comes from, because I've never ever had a fish in me kettle. Yeah, Knowles eggs, Sean smells. To be honest, I probably do. To be fair, I haven't disgustingly, I haven't had a shower yet today, but I am treating myself to a bubble bath tomorrow when I go and get some matey bath stuff and all that kind of stuff. Camera Racer, evening. Sean, hello. All racers, good luck tonight. And Camera Racer, so unlucky not to win the Monaco Grand Prix last week, wasn't he? He was one lap away from an absolute perfection of a weekend in Monaco, and what a shame. It was heartbreaking, wasn't it? And talking of Silver, then Nigel, who is in the Silver Championship at the moment, is driving here tonight, and so is Potstuff, who is also a full-time driver as well in is it silver or bronze? Potstuff? I think he's in bronze, isn't he? Hang on, I'm going to have to get me old list out in a minute. Yeah, so we've got two full-time drivers, because it seems like not many drivers wants to race around Baku, which I'm quite surprised by, because a bit like Monaco, this is a golden opportunity for any drivers that have been struggling this season to really get themselves back into the points and get themselves back into the points and maybe elevate their form up a bit. But never mind, that's what it is at the moment. Of course, next week we probably would be overflowed with drivers, because it's one of the fan favourites next week. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. Yeah, the calendar, not very. I know Formula 1's all about sustainability and all that kind of jazz, but I must say that the calendar is a bit interesting, isn't it? When you think about all the air miles and things like that, where we go from Baku in Azerbaijan, now we're going to fly all the way over to the United States then for next week's Grand Prix, and then we're back. I think, are we in Silverstone after that? I'm not too sure, yeah, it's. You think we probably should do all the American legs whilst we're there, really, like Mexico, Brazil and all that. But then again, I quite like Mexico and Brazil being near the end of the calendar. It's a very unique challenge in terms of altitude and the circuit as well. Of course, Brazil, a bit of a classic circuit, isn't it? Brazil is, and Mexico in of its own right as well. Of course, they have revamped it ever so slightly. Oh, Kush is in the wall, and of course, Kush, who was having a strong race, wasn't he, in Monaco? But then it did go a bit peaked on for the Alpine. It was a nightmare race event there for the Alpine team, wasn't it? Unfortunately, he does a lovely pirouette there, but that is his qualifying lap in the bin, and he's going to have to start again, unfortunately. Knowlesy out on circuit driving the Mercedes. Knowlesy making his 63rd Grand Prix start, or 62nd Grand Prix start today. On board of Potstuff. I think this is his debut tonight in gold then, so good luck to him. It's not his debut in ALR, of course, and he's been applying his trade in a bronze. Oh, he's tapped the outside of the barrier ever so slightly in 15. That's where Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel came to blows all them years ago in 2017. I think it was one of the most eventful races you'll ever see in 2017. Potstuff, and who is now threading the eye of the needle in the Red Bull. He is replacing. He is in for Danger Times. Unfortunately, Danger Times, the defending champion, only raced 3 times so far this season. It's I think he's. I wonder if a lot of drivers have not enjoying this season. Not enjoying this season. I would say not enjoying the season. Lovely helmet design, by the way, from Alham. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Not enjoying the game too much, I would have to say then. I'm sure Alex meant you smell nice. Thank you very much, Serious Mushroom. No, I don't smell nice either, to be honest. Let's just say I'm going to keep fairly still, because I don't want to. I don't really want to destroy my nose hairs. So Wouter has gone fastest, and he is now parked in the garage. Very happy with that performance. Here's Alhan, a lovely helmet design, by the way, from Alhan. Of course, a former Grand Prix winner. That famous race back in the United States Grand Prix of season 4, I think it was, wasn't it? Absolutely superb stuff indeed there for Alhan. One of my all-time favourites, because of course he beat the the man who's basically a legend in the ALR in the ALR circles, and now it's of course Emerson, the double world champion, as he tops all of the stats boards and all that kind of stuff, doesn't he? Emerson does. But that was back when Emerson was at the peak of his powers, and Alhan absolutely was that day was a strategical masterclass, wasn't it? Absolutely loved that race. Probably one of the all-time classics, wasn't it, of ALR, I would hazard a guess. Wesley goes across the line, going full fastest. He's got some points on the board now, Wesley has. Now this is it, and now he can really start to apply his trade from here on in then, as it got yellow flags when the Red Bull is just getting out of the way. I think that might have been Pot Stuff, is the only Red Bull on the circuit. He is indeed. As we got Chazza, of course, another driver who did superb in Monaco. We will go through the drivers and the constructors in just a jiffy. We do have, this is the only three-part qualifying session we have in ALR. Of course, we do have only single qualifying for silver and bronze, so we've got plenty of time to go through all the waffle and all the championship permutations. But Nigel, the classic black, green, and yellow helmet is an absolutely beautiful helmet indeed, isn't it? I do like Nigel keeping. I like the one thing that's really. The one thing that I know that a lot of drivers don't care about, but I do like a helmet, because it's your signature, isn't it? It's your signature design. Like Knowles, he always has a black helmet. Liam has now applied the traditional pink helmet then with a lovely bit of black. Oh, he's hit the wall ever so slightly. Liam has. He's having a very good season. Him and Haas and Mr. Racer having very good seasons, aren't they, in the Haas team? And bearing in mind that Haas were rooted at the bottom of the constructors all of last season. I don't think they ever got out of last in the constructors last season when we was known as HDE. So Liam Haas and Mr. Rage have really turned the American-based team around very nicely indeed. Someone's just gone across the line. Unbeknownst to me, it's Gamer who's gone fifth fastest. Good time for Gamer. He was very unlucky. He should have had a top 5 finish, I think, in Monaco. He was absolutely incredible out there. On board with the first ever ALR champion, and it is good to see Nigel back in the top tier. Now, I think he'll be in the top tier full time next season. Maybe am I speaking too early, potentially, but because anything can happen in Grand Prix racing, and it usually does. But Nigel has started off the silver season so impeccably, hasn't he? Him and Fanjo are going to have an almighty scrap for that championship. However, so far, Fanjo has made slightly more errors, or having slightly more issues than Nigel has, and that's why Nigel leads the silver championship. So I think that championship is going to come down to who has the least amount of errors and who can maximise their day when they're having a tough one. Here comes Kush, and we've seen him spin earlier on in this qualifying session 4 minutes ago on this one. This is not to arrange the grid, this is just to arrange, well, it's technically to arrange the grid, but it's only arranging 16th, 17th and 18th there on the grid then, as Kush said, coming out of turn 16 as well then, before powering out then, and that is it now. He is now going to be pedal to the metal, flat out then for the rest of the lap, and here he comes, flies past me, knocks me nose off, and he's coming up to the line. Well, we're not even near the line yet. All right, goodness me, if you're trying to run this track, I think it would take you at least half an hour. Well, it would take me about 4 days to get from the final turn of 20 up to the line, and there goes Kush said 39.7, and I just seen someone say that we're going to be in the 38s in a minute. I'll check out that message in just a jiffy. We're just watching Boxtel, who won the Monaco Grand Prix. Only 1 or 2 drivers that have won that has won 2 races this season. Troy, who's just entered the stage, is the other driver. So everyone else has only won 1 race so far, apart from Boxtel, who's won 2, and Troy, who's also won 2 as well. Boxtel, great performance in Monaco as well. Clinic, wasn't it? Yes, I do love your helmet, Knowles, as well, because I was talking about signature helmets. Knowles always has a black one. Nigel always has a black, grey, black, green, and yellow helmet. Boxtel goes fastest there by half a tenth of a second there from Kush. Looking strong again here, and Troy in the pits with 2 minutes to go. It's going to be very much a Sebastian Vettel-esque kind of run back in China several years ago. Remember where he only had 1 lap to get out of qualifying 1, didn't he? And I think he did the same for 2 and 3. So there was something wrong, wasn't there, with the car? So he can only do 1 time run each session. And I think, well, hopefully Troy doesn't have too many problems with the car, but he is going to be up against opposite. If he can get in the car quickly enough, then he will be able to get through. So because of Troy's entry into this session, that means we are now losing 4 drivers, not 3. And Liam, Pease, Troy, and Percy was in the drop zone. Not anymore. Percy's fastest by 3/10 of a second in the Aston Martin. Magnificent. Troy's out on the pits now. So here's Mr. Rage, and he is now in the drop zone as well. Gamers retired from the session. Mumford back out at the moment, and he is a whisker of a way outside of the drop zone. Good stuff indeed. Alhan's also back out on circuit as well. There is going to be I think that there is going to be someone who's going to be a bit surprised and shocked to be knocked out of qualifying 1 and being a spectator like you and I. Here is Mr. Rage now with his traditional default helmet. Then he's had the perfect season, or almost the perfect season, apart from, and look at that other Haas car of Liam, struggling to get tires into those, starting to get tire temperature into those tires. Mr. H almost had the perfect season apart from the default helmet, but that's a good lap. That moves him up into 9th position. Is he safe? He might be safe, Nigel, I think, is going to be sweating here because he could be out of qualifying here. On board with Mumford then, who had a very strong opening lap here in Azerbaijan, and dropping down into 2nd gear, 60 miles an hour, and before getting back on the power in the Ferrari. Because now then, as we come up to the old city of the yellow flag is for one of the Mercedes. I think that they're just getting out the way. It's either Chazza or Nosy, who is in tonight for Bradders, and who second race in a row Bradders has missed, unfortunately. Hopefully he can be back in action for our 3rd of our trifecta of street circuits in Canada, albeit it's more of an Australia. Oh, he's in the wall, Mumford is, and he has lost the whole of the wing, and that is a banging shame there for Mumford. He is going to be out of qualifying. Boxhouse out, is also parked it as well, but Mumford went 2 attacking into the castle section, and that is costly for the Ferrari. He is out, unfortunately, and that is a big blow indeed. Troy is out on circuit as well, into the far end of the circuit. Yes, Mumford's dropped down the order. Alhan is on the cusp, but he's a tenth of a second down in the first split. Pot stuff in 14th position, and Knowlesy in 13th, the 3-time Grand Prix winner. He's also out on circuit, but I think we're going to be keeping an eye on the other drivers around then. And Liam out on circuit, so it's Troy. But who's the first one around? I think it is actually Alhan, isn't it? Alhan 15th at the moment, so we're on board with him now. Now dropping down then into 15 as well. I love that helmet from Alhan. He might win helmet of the gold this week then, which no one cares about, but I certainly do. Out of turn 15 then, and here comes Alhan then as he's threading the eye of the needle then in the Alfa Romeo. His teammate Glock has had a great start to this event tonight, hasn't he? He's in 6th position at the moment, Glock is, and that was one timed run as well. Are we going to see Glock go back to his pinnacle best then here tonight? Here comes Alhan coming in over the grid hatch and then across the line, and he does improve by a 10th of a second, but that is perilously close. Perilously close though to the drop zone here. Troy coming up to the line as well. Then what can Troy do? This is only his one run, and he's gone 2nd fastest. That is incredible, isn't it, for Troy? Liam is also through as well, and moves himself to 10th position. Knowlesy, I think, is safe. So we have lost Pease, who's down in 19th. Mumford made a mistake. He's down in 18th position. And Pot Stuff is 17th, and 16th position is Alhan. Those are the 4 drivers that have been knocked out of qualifying 1 here, and that was a very entertaining qualifying 1. I absolutely enjoyed that. Fantastic stuff indeed. Percy passes out with Troy very much putting a lot of pressure on himself here, but wow, fantastic stuff. Makes the 2nd. The box down 3rd position. Kush, great performance in 4th position, and the other Alpine in 5th position. Out of qualifying, then we lost Pease. We've lost Mumford. He made a mistake there, but look, then we got Pot Stuff and Alhan also out of qualifying as well. The whole grid is separated by 1.4 seconds. That is redonkulous, isn't it? Incredible there. I think that Mumford did find a 10th of a second, and could he have made it out? It is very possible. Nigel, goodness me, he was Mr. Cool in the pit lane there, and that could have been very disastrously for the current Silver Drivers Championship leader, and of course the first ever world champion in ALR Gold as well. Good heavens there. Right, just getting to the comments as well. Surely there will be a 38 for Serious Mushroom. Well, if Jordy can't get a 38, then that's a no. Troy is not going to make it. Oh, lucky Troy then. He was very lucky, wasn't he? I must admit, I had my doubts as well, to be fair, because it is the second longest lap in all the calendar. So I was very nervous for Troy, but he has made it through. Those are the 15 drivers that have gone through into qualifying 2 here tonight. There's a car, I think, that was looking interested to come out the pit. Said Pease has left the session then, which is a bit of a worry. Then he's going to be starting 19th on the grid, unfortunately, Pease is. Let's go through the drivers and the constructors standings then. So, as Sam Green coming out the pit said, and Percy leads the way, 16 points in front of Troy in second position. Boxtel, incredible win last time out, has moved him into the top 3 in the World Drivers' Championship. Wouter in 4th position, a bad day at the office for Wouter in Monaco. He's now down into 4th. There's a 32-point gap between himself and the current champion, which is Danger Times. Liam Yer is up into a superb 6th position. He's been superb this season. German not driving the season 6 champion. He is down in 7th. And then it's the 2 Mercedes of Bradders who's not driving here tonight, but Chazer, brilliant drive in Monaco, hoping to build on that success from last time out. He's now into 9th in the top 10 as well. And of course, completing the top 10 is Pease on 28, along with Kush as well, also on 28 points there, as they're all coming out the pits there. In the relegation zone at the moment, and we have Glock, who's on 5 points there, but I feel that Glock is looking strong. Someone who's not looking strong is Mr. Rage. He has gone into the wall in turn 2. Oh, and he's clouded the rear of the car, and that's a lot of debris on the circuit, and the Marsh's going to go out there and get their own broomsticks there and sweep away the debris, as Mr. Rage has made a bit of a mistake then, which is a shame. Carrying on the constructors as well then. So yes, Glock, Sam Green and Mumford all in the drops at the moment. Yar, who is not racing here, down in 17th position on 6 points. Well, then there's a gap of 4 points between himself and Gamer, who is now in 16th position. Now, Vesey, the biggest mover, he's gone from 20th to 16th now. 15th, I should say, on 11 points, and that was good stuff. That was his first top 10 finish of the season, believe it or not, for Wesley. And again, as I'm saying, I'm hoping a lot of drivers I know had a really good Monaco is now going to really go into 2023 and really build on that success. Also, he's made it through into qualifying 2! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. So he is overjoyed with that result. And yes, we are indeed in the commentary box as well. 3 next then, Alex. You can do it. Sorry, you can make it. Goodness me, I've been watching Waterboy. Had no chance, laugh out loud. Geez, Rage, you got to drive that Tuesday. I got to drive that Tuesday. Take it easy, lad. Indeed. So I don't think Mr. Mushroom is going to be too. It's going to be too pleased with Mr. Rage. They're throwing the car around and throwing it into the wall. Really so early on in the event then here tonight, and that's a good segue there, Mushroom, is for us to go through the other events that's happening here, which I've already been distracted. I'm meant to be telling you about the constructors and the joint constructors, but I'll get there in a minute. Of course, Silver tomorrow night then. Of course, Silver is going to be very interesting indeed. Then Cam Fangio bounced back then after a horrifying Monaco Grand Prix. Nigel, who won the race on the last lap, didn't he? I don't think technically didn't even lead the lap, did he? Goodness gracious me. Goodness gracious me. So very good stuff indeed there for Nigel, and commiserations to Camera Racer, because goodness gracious me, he did everything perfect. And of course then in bronze as well, Dynamo Dan took his second Grand Prix win of the season as well in bronze, and his extended lead in the World Championship. Let's see how, and this is going to be another test then for the Ferrari driver, and the chasing, well, quartet, I think I should say quartet, with William Jittner, New Mad Bro, and a couple of others as well, and I've forgotten who they are. So shocking stuff indeed. Oops, Mr. Rage is saying pot stuff. Everyone is quick then. Indeed they are pot stuff, but I think that everyone's in 1.4 seconds there, so very good stuff indeed for you, pot stuff. Yes, you may be 17th, but you were so close to being through the qualifying 2 then. So so it was very close indeed then. Chaz has gone second fastest, half a second away from Sam Green, who's doing very well in the 100% league, by the way. Talking 100% lead then, I think that basically that is the non-closest championship out of all the championships that run at the moment. And Markey has lost his wing as well, so we've got a lot of casualties right early on, and then Pease is back in the session. That's good to see. Yes, and it's no disrespect to anyone else in the 100% league, but my goodness me, Mortal is a Mortal in that league at the moment. He's doing a superb job there, and that's a great time for Wuta, by the way, fantastic. As we've got a Alpine there, which is looking a bit worse for weather. I think it was Vesey who was just, I think he was just backing off, wasn't he? Going for another time run, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see what the time is on the clock. Then he might have been. It might have been the trick of the map then potentially. But yeah, Mortal's absolutely dominating the 100% league. I think he's got about 50, 60, 70 points advantage so far. DRS didn't open very smoothly there, did it? But Vesey across the line, 4 fastest then. For Vesley. He's going to have to go again if he wants to get out in qualifying 2 here. Watching Percy, there's another Alpine in front of us as well, so we're going to take a look at Kush first, then coming over to the grid hatches as well in the... out of the grid hatch, over the grid hatch as well. He goes 5th fast. That's the slowest time runners so far. I've missed the Aston. There he is there, and he is 2nd fastest moment. Now, Wouter has the professional fastest time here in qualifying 2. Knowlesy, who is very happy to go through into qualifying 2 at the moment. So, of course, Knowlesy, a former championship, former race winner, of course, a former championship rival of Emerson as well in Season 5. He goes 6th fast. I think this is 62nd Grand Prix starter tonight for Knowlesy, so congratulations indeed. Let's go for the constructor, shall we? Because this is not going well at all, is it? I mean, qualifying 2, I should have done this a while before we started. Shocking behaviour. AlphaTauri is the same story in every constructor apart from Bronze Mountain. AlphaTauri leads the way in the constructors, 20 points in front of the Aston Martin team that is 2nd. However, it's going to get very interesting because I feel that Gamer is really coming back on song now at this stage. So really interesting to see then both Percy and Gamer put the squeeze on the AlphaTauri boys so far. Haas in 3rd position, as I mentioned, they have been the team of the season for me. I've said it in every single broadcast since probably round 3. They have been superb, and they're now in 3rd position there. But McLaren have been the biggest movers last time out, and they have moved themselves up in the 4th in the Constructors' Championship. 1 point now behind the Haas team as well. And Boxtel and Markey are starting to come into song as well. 5th is the Ferrari team, then 33 points behind the McLaren. Then it's very tight. Then here it is. Then we got Mercedes 1 point behind Ferrari. 5 points behind Mercedes is the Red Bull. 3 points behind the Red Bull is the Alpine. Alfa Romeo has moved off the bottom of the... I think they've actually dropped down, actually. And they're in 9th position. And 10th position is the Williams team. Williams are going to have to really pull up their socks there, aren't they? But they do have Nigel in the... there's a Wuter is in the pit lane then. So Nigel will be flying the flag for the Williams team. And Pease will be as well, but he will be at the back of the grid, unfortunately. Of course, Williams did start so well, didn't he? With Pease leading the championship after round 1 is Glock goes 2nd fastest there. Wow, and I think that we're seeing Glock almost back to his best, very best as well. Nigel into a superb 5th position as well. Of course, the silver championship leader looking strong in the traditional car 36 there. Gamer, of course, Gamer also looking strong in qualifying 1 then. Let's see if we can get out qualifying 2. Of course, Gamer also the traditional black, red and yellow helmet. He is 7th fast as well, Gamer is there. And of course, the traditional car 30. I do love traditions. As I said, that it is a box style. He's just started his lap. He's finished his lap and he's gone fastest there by 0.2 of a second. That's a good time indeed there for the man who won the Monaco Grand Prix last week. What about Mr. Rage? Mr. Rage had across the line 12th fastest so far. Here's his teammate. I'm surprised. I wonder if the Red Bulls. I wonder if the Haas team might think about maybe trying a slipstream or something. I wonder if any of the other teams may do that. Well, at the moment we haven't seen any slipstream of any kind whatsoever. Liam goes 7th fast as well. He doesn't need the slipstream at the moment, does he? Because that was very competitive indeed. Here's Troy in the AlphaTauri. His teammate is back out on an outlap at the moment. His teammate is not in front of us, so he can't have a slipstream. And Troy then in car 17, of course, he is 2nd in the World Championship at the moment. Troy is there. Of course, he was very unlucky in Imola, wasn't he? I think he should have won that Grand Prix. Kush retired from the session. Well, both Alpines looking very happy there in 4th and 2nd position then. in the joint constructors, this car on screen is leading the way in the joint constructors. 239 points in front of the Aston Martin team. That is an incredible margin. It just shows how impressive the AlphaTauri team have been. And Seitan Motor has been doing well has also been doing well in the 100% league, and so has Nigel been doing well for the AlphaTauri team in silver, along with Farfy's fourth for me in the championship in silver. Good stuff indeed. And of course Vesey also starting to get on the points board as well, so very impressive the AlphaTauri team have been. Aston Martin is second, and they're 18 points in front of Alpine in third. The Haas team are fourth. Mercedes are currently fifth, and with Ferrari in sixth, and 1 point beyond the Ferrari is the McLaren. Goodness me, that's going to be very interesting. Eighth position is the Red Bull team. Ninth is Alfa Romeo. Williams are now in the bottom. Unfortunately, they are in 10th position now, but they're only 8 points away from the Alfa Romeo team. Pot stuff, yeah, I'm hoping for that. Glad it's dry then. Don't worry, pot stuff. Castle will claim half of them. Serious special saying, I've read those comments the wrong way around, haven't I? Never mind. Fail to prepare, fair to fail, and all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, just taking Nigel will be starting his 82nd Grand Prix tonight then, so that's good stuff indeed there from Nigel. Also, I think Knowlesy is starting his 67th Grand Prix, so I apologise profusely on that one. I think the other big milestone tonight is Troy is starting his 50th Grand Prix start. So good stuff indeed there for Troy. His 50th Grand Prix for gold brand. Fantastic stuff indeed there for Troy. Goodness gracious me, I think he's not far away from around the most starts in all of gold. Then I think the highest is actually German on 57. So Troy is only 7 away from that mark now. Good stuff indeed there. I think Liam, yeah, is only like 4 away now from the big 50 as well. So good stuff indeed there from those drivers there. And one thing I do get very nerdy about is my own stats there, and I do. When the numbers get bigger and bigger, it makes me more and more excited. Then there we go. Make it up what you will. I do have a satellite, don't I? Doris then for Vesey. We were talking about his teammate Troy, but what about Vesey then coming up the grid hatchet as well, going 7 faster and only a whisker behind Troy at the moment. But at the first glance in this qualifying 2 session and qualifying 1, but we couldn't really give a fair gauge about Troy. But he is he slightly beyond the 8 ball launcher, or am I being a bit too harsh on the young man? Potentially I'm being a bit too harsh. But he is only 6 at the moment now. Same with Purse as well. They seem to be a bit beyond the 8 ball at the moment. One driver that's standing out for me at the moment is definitely Glock up there in third. Now, can he replicate that into qualifying 3? But before we even get to qualifying 3, we've still got 180 seconds of qualifying 2. Don't be right behind me when I go through the castle section. I laugh out loud, Nausea is saying that. But to be fair, well, if I was trying to catch Nausea on the circuit, to be fair, I would not even be close to him by the castle section, so it's all good. I think that Nausea used to be, he is an expert in street racing, isn't he? So he's probably he enjoyed himself in Monaco, and I'm sure he's going to enjoy himself here tonight. He does love the old street circuits, but someone has to, don't they? Goodness me, I'm not a fan of the old street circuits. I love commentating on, don't get me wrong. I think it's absolutely fantastic watching the drivers go very much through their paces and really challenge themselves on the street circuits. I absolutely love that. It's fantastic. And there's our first, Troy's retired from the session. There's our first inkling of slipstreaming there. The problem is in the 2 Mercedes that both of them have got their traditional black helmets, so you can't tell who's who really, unless of course apart from the graphic, obviously we're just watching Chaz at the moment. But yeah, they both got black helmets there, so well, almost anyway, because you can see there's a tint of a gold there for Chazza, but he does have a black top. So when you're on board, you it's kind of looking like we're kind of on board with Nosey or on board with Chazza. Who knows? Glock saying, I won't be third at the end, haha. Expecting top 10 at best, so Glock as well. At the moment, I would definitely say that you're very much in the money for, the first 2 sessions have been very good there, and I'm really hoping that you'll be hoping for top 5, really, because you're looking strong at the moment, my good man. Surprise teammates aren't working together, Serious Richard saying. That's what I said earlier on, my good sir, because this is an opportunity, isn't it, there, to do some slipstreaming, isn't there? The only team we've seen so far is the Mercedes team, but no one else has tried it so far, and maybe especially the Alpines, I wonder if they would have practiced it or orchestrated it, unless they've done it behind closed doors, unless they've been practicing before they got to the event tonight. Who knows? Of course, that's his private internal affairs. As Chazza goes 8th. Lovely for Chaz and Percy back out on circuit. And I wonder if Percy wants to assert his authority. Mr. Rage then, who's had a bit of an interesting session so far, hasn't he? But hopefully, he's 5/10 a second up so far, and Mr. Rage is in 14th position. He is very much said hoping for some more points tonight. Mr. Rage doing a great job, both him, as I said, and the Haas team and third in the constructors. They have done a brilliant job, haven't they? As he now breaks down into turn 15. On to out of turn 16, gone purple in the second split time. I think that is not the all-time, even though I think purple is usually the fastest in the session. I don't believe, but well, maybe I'm being harsh actually. Maybe that is the fastest in the section 2, but I'll be surprised. Let's see what the time is on the board first, shall we? Because I could be speaking absolute boulder dash, which is 90% of the time. Across the line, Mr. H comes out and he goes 12 fastest out. He's found a second and a 10th for Bliss. Not enough to go through. Vesley has finished the session. So has Marquez. Well, he's 12 fastest Marquez. He's also out of qualifying, but remember that he's stepped up from silver to gold, hasn't he? And I think the Marquez done a really good job this season. So, who's that? And Gamer's gone into 8 fast at the moment, and he is currently safe through at the moment. I say safely through. It's anything but safe, really, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Now we've got the two Mercedes, and I think that they are the wrong way around if they wanted to be, if they wanted to do a bit of slipstream. But here comes Knowlesy and trying to thread it through the barriers there, isn't he? So we've got Mark out qualifying. I think Mr. Rage is going to be out qualifying as well, because he had time for one more run, but he had no battery deployment left, has he? And Knowlesy across the line, and he goes 15 fast. He stays there, but he improves by over half a second now. But Knowlesy out qualifying. Unfortunately, here comes Nigel, 3/10 of a second up. Nigel is looking at home in these Formula 1 2022 style Formula 1 cars. He is looking very much at home in silver and here tonight in gold as well. And I'm really loving this. It's great to see the first ever champion there. And he's 4th fastest, Nigel. It's like, goodness me, I've fallen off my chair. That's fantastic there from Nigel. And very much so. We might have to add to our candidates for pole position there. Green improves by just a whisker, and that is very good stuff indeed there. Lucas across the line as well. Lucas goes fast as well. I wonder if that's mind games there coming up for qualifying 3. Mr. Rage then, and he's a second down in the second split time. Liam is also, I think, out of qualifying as well. So both Haas cars have not made the cut here, unfortunately, and they are out of qualifying too. Formula 1 is a selfish sport, Serge Merchant saying. I think I do agree with that, but I'm wondering if a couple of drivers maybe thinking that maybe we should have tried the certainly the Haas team, and I'm wondering the Mercedes team should have as well, because look at that, less than a 10th of a second separated Chazza and Gamer there, but Gamer is through, both Aston Martins are through. Fantastic to see indeed then, as we now roll on into qualifying 3. Of course, qualifying 3 will be now for pole position and for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. A beautiful donut there for Liam, yeah. It was a beautiful donut, but I think that we might have to. Oh no, that's better, isn't it? There, I was going to say star points was falling there for Liam, yeah, but a good end nonetheless for Liam, yeah. But he goes. I think he starts 12 on the grid then for the race coming up in just a few moments' time, of course. Ooh, fantastic. Right, going into qualifying 3, Knowlesy in 15th position there. 14th is Mr. Rage, Marky in 13th, Liam in 12th, and Chazza in 10th position. I said mind games about Percy and Boxell, 400 to a second, 400 seconds separates them. So any advantage is still an advantage in Formula 1, isn't there? And there's any advantage in any walk of life is still an advantage, isn't there? Liam, yeah, P12 gets in there. Liam, yeah, saying, and so I think that he might, he sounds very happy with that. But I do feel that if the Haas team did try a slipstream, one of them might have snuck through potentially. Certainly, I think Chazza would have snuck through with a bit of slipstream then. But of course, as Serious Mishma said, Formula 1 drivers are very selfish human beings, aren't they? All they care about is themselves there, and only we, the commentators, are interested in the constructors, isn't it? From an esports point of view, anyway, especially because all they care about is Grand Prix wins, don't they? Absolutely shocking bunch indeed. Right into qualifying 3, and in terms of pole positions this season, it has been only one man then that has come to mind then. It is the five-time pole sitter of this season, Boxtel, as he has been on pole position for the 3 times consecutively in Miami, Spain and Monaco. And of course he got pole in Saudi Arabia and Australia as well. So of course those two are those are street circuits as well. It'll be a different characteristics of street circuit, but still a street circuit nonetheless, isn't it? As they all trundle out of the pit lane. Hopefully we'll have 10 cars going for pole position. And I don't, of course, even though Boxtel's had 3 pole positions in the last 3 qualifying sessions, it is anyone's ball game, I'd say, because we could Glock is ruling himself out potentially. Well, of a top 10 finish he's aiming for, but I think he should be higher up than that, in my opinion. He's certainly, I reckon, in the ballpark for going for pole position. Then, not the end of the world, I suppose. Chaz is saying that Liam and Chaz are very positive Pete's in the comments. I love it. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on the lads of trying to get a slipstream. I don't know, but it was very close, nonetheless, wasn't it? Carrying on with the candidates for this qualifying session, I think the Glock is in the ballpark. Definitely Boxtel is in the ballpark as well. I think Kush and Wouter slightly are there or thereabouts. I reckon Nigel also threw himself up there as well, but I think he may need a special lap to be involved in the pole position shootout. But I have been wrong before, and I am probably wrong on this occasion as well. And then of course. We've also got Troy, and we have also got Lucas Purse as well. I don't think Troy has been on pole position yet this season, honestly, but of course, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Albeit, I think that if you start higher up the order, it will make your life a lot easier, won't it? So the only one Alpine out on circuit mode, and that is Wouter. Wouter then, who is dropped off the back of the top 3 championship battle at the moment. Of course, unfortunately, he was unlucky in Monaco, and that's the place where you need to be lucky. You also need to be lucky here as well, to a certain degree. I know you make your own luck most of the time in Formula 1. But still, sometimes you also need a bit of luck as well. 214 miles an hour then before breaking down into turn 1. And of course, on the exit of turn 1, if you find yourself on the exit of turn 1 at the start, I must say it doesn't end well. There's a barrier that really is really out there to catch you unaware if you try and go on the outside of someone. And turn 1 is a very sharp right angle, isn't it? It's a 90-degree turn, and it's not a very long run down into turn 1 either. So you very much got to be very conscious about that. In terms of strategy, I'm not expecting to see many soft runners there, but in qualifying we are, but not in the race itself. I don't think the soft tyre is a very good race tyre out there. We are looking for the medium and the hard tyres, and I think the majority field will start on the medium tyres. We have got yellow flags as one of the McLarens there. I'm not sure if it was Boxtel who made a mistake, or there's an AlphaTauri in his facility as well, but I wonder if Boxtel made a mistake there. Lovely on-board footage here from Woodstones. He is tackling the castle section now, and here comes that out of the old town now, and he now blasts down the hill, and he is looking for turn 15. And of course we almost had a scary incident there in one of the FP session with the Toro Rosso team, wasn't it, back there with Brendan Hartley and Gasly? As I think that I think Brendan Hartley had an issue with a gear shift or something, didn't he? He was very slow, and Gasly almost had an airplane crash there, which was quite frightening indeed. Then, but none of that today. Wouter is now. Look at that, how close he gets that Tepro barrier. I must say, he probably wasn't even looking at that Tepro barrier. That was all about feel of the car. He knows exactly where to place it. Magnificent 17th there for car 19, and the Alpine cross the line. He is fast on the 39 too. What about Percy then? Percy across the line, and Percy, of course, is second fastest at the moment. Percy is there a long, long way. And oh, goodness me, almost having an issue there going into turn 1. And he's overshot turn 1. Green goes into second fastest there. Green hoping to have a strong performance here. Only 4 points on his account so far. And I think the AlphaTauri have done a bit of slipstreaming here, haven't they? Have done a very good slipstream here. Now, Vesi goes across the line, and he is second fastest, half a second away from the pole set at the moment. Here's Glock then, and let's see what Glock can do. I'm loving the fact that Glock is back up there in the sharp end. I'm absolutely loving this. And across the line, and he is second fastest there. Good heavens, sir. He is back with a vengeance here tonight, Glock is. And goodness me, the drivers, Percy, Troy Wouter is going to be very, very and Boxtel's going to be very concerned about this. And the Gamer going 4 fastest as well. Gamer is starting to really come into his own in these Formula 2022 spec machines. Nigel is 7 fast at the moment there. Troy, who's on the back of the straight then as well. There's his teammate behind him. He ain't going to be able to get a slipstream so far. And as Nosey was quicker in qualifying 1 than qualifying 2. My goodness me! Troy just took so much speed there through the castle section. I was bracing myself for impact. There was no impact. Troy is absolutely inches, millimeters, incredible away from the barriers as he is putting the car on the edge of the performance and beyond here. And wow, an absolutely incredible sector there. Well, I could watch these drivers all day. They are absolute masters of their machinery. They're masters of their fate. They are masters of controlling these cars. Wow, fantastic as he is now coming over the road markings here, and now he's just waiting for the DRS. He's waiting for the DRS there, and he is staying to the wall there. He doesn't want to go too close to the wall though. I don't think it upsets the aerodynamics according to Hamilton. He's third passes there, and he is a whisker behind Glock, a whisker in front of Vesty there by 0.4 of a second. What a lap! I love that. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. That. Pace found. Pay attention then. Points are scored in the race, mate, there. As Nosey saying to Mumford, because Mumford's had 8 races, 8 qualifying, 1 knockout set. Now that is exactly right. Points are very much won in the race, aren't they, of course. So, yeah, there's no points in qualifying, so do not worry about that. And to Mumford, who had a very good Monaco Grand Prix, and I feel it's going to be a very similar case of just keeping it on the road, keeping it on the island there. That is exactly that, Sir Smasher. It's all about being consistent around here, around Monaco, and around Canada as well. So this is a good opportunity there for Mumford to really get some good points for himself into that account then. I sound like a banker every time I keep saying account, don't I? Me have to change that, don't I? Slightly, won't I? No, but there we go. I don't think bankers are our favourite people at the moment, are they? As a box tower's outlap has been abandoned and come in. Is he mistimed this, do you think? And Boxtel's only going to get 1 run here. The man who's been on pole position 5 times this season, maybe in a bit of jeopardy here, because it looks like he might have missed tightness. Kush has not come out of the pits either. Troy, who's out of fuel, and that just shows how incredible to the limit he was, and that was P3. Both AlphaTauris are 3rd and 4th for the month. It's a return of Glock tonight, but it's also a return of Vesty as well. Look at Gamer in front of his teammate Percy as well. There's a lot of subplots going on here tonight. It's not just about the World Championship, but it's also about everyone. It's also about everything else going on, and everyone is still a part of the championship, aren't they? At the moment, maybe not realistically, but certainly mathematically as well. And we are not even at the halfway distance yet. We've got 4 more rounds until the half distance, which is round 12. So this can jump on its head very quickly indeed. No cars out on circuit in qualifying 3. Jordy is just teasing us here as much as saying, well, he's certainly teasing me because I thought he was going to go for a run then. I think he's coming out of the pits now. Boxtel is, but that is a lot of pressure on. That's a lot of pressure on the man who's third in the championship. But remember, he has been the measuring stick of qualifying so far. He's been the bar of qualifying so far, and let's see what he can do. 38 and 9 for pole position. Glock is predicting, or is that him thinking he's going to get a 39.8 then? Let's find out. Well, at the moment, they're about 0.3 of a second off that. So we got 10 cars then in this qualifying 3 session then. Who is going to be on pole position so far? Let's take a look at some of the performances out there. Wooter going on pole position. That'll be his first pole position of his career in ALR. Glock back up there and very much on the song, isn't he? In second position, it's great to see Troy in third position. That was a great lap from Troy. Bit of a gap between third and fourth position there, which I think some other drivers may like to slot in there. That's between the two AlphaTauris. Remember, Vesey standing up in the seats of that car, isn't he, in fourth position? An absolutely brilliant performance from Vesey so far. I wonder if it might be his turn to slipstream Troy as well. Gamer in 5th position, out qualifying his teammate Percy, the championship leader. That is a statement of intent there. For it's not just about Percy in the Aston Martin camp. Gamer wants to be a part of the action as well. Of course, a multiple Grand Prix winner in silver, and he would love to get back onto the top step. Sam Green driving superbly well tonight. His qualifying performance is fantastic. Lovely burnouts there from Geordie. He doesn't want to overcook those tyres, of course, so does he? That will that'll be very difficult to handle. Nigel returning for maybe one night only, not too sure at the moment, but he will be in action for silver tomorrow as well. But Nigel then in the gold tonight, then stepping up for the Williams team. Cash out on an outlap as well, then, as he and Boxtel are going to be doing one and done here. Hopefully Nigel will be out as well, but he's leaving it very tight then. I think he is going on the pits now. He's the last drive. Yep, all 10 drivers are now on the grid, on the track, and are ready to go for qualifying lap. Let's go on board with Boxtel then. And here he is at 8th gear, 215 miles an hour. He rides the outside of the curve then. Doesn't want to go into the barrier on the outside. Then yellow flag for one of the I think it was Troy. I don't think it was a yellow flag as such. I think he was just driving a bit slowlier than what the marshals like then. On the back straight then for Boxtel then, as he is now looking for a point on the barrier before breaking down into 4th gear, before getting back on the power as well. We are now in the Oldham City here. That rotation of the car felt absolute sweeter than that there for the McLaren Mercedes car. And of course now into the tricky chicane of 6 and is it 5 or 6? I don't know. I think it is 5 and 6. And then we come on into 7, and then the pesky and daunting turn 8 then as well. This is where Hulkenberg unfortunately cost himself potentially a podium in 2017 there. Story of his career, but he's now Hulken back officially in the Haas team, isn't he, for 2023. Out of the castle section now, that was nicely done there for Boxtel. Now he's going to be threading it and going through. Is anyone going to be able to do a second lap here? We've got half a minute to go. Boxtel might be able to, but I don't think anyone else can. And now down into 15 as well. That corner falls away from you. You've got to make sure that you don't overshoot that, because you'll be in the barrier, and that'll be the end of your qualifying lap. Purple in the second intermediate 2 split time. Now he's turned 16. That's all done and dusted, and now he has got to just drive it to the line here, threaded it through these concrete walls here, and coming up to the line now then. And of course now all he can do is just wheel the car, but look at the battery draining. It is down to 10%. It's down to 8% here. Goodness me, he's across the line. Pole position there for Boxtel, 0.2 of a second in front of Reuter. Magnificent, absolutely incredible, and that was a fantastic lap. 10th a second up for Gamer. That is not in the ballpark for the AlphaTauri team at the moment there, or certainly Vesely at this moment in time. Then what can Gamer do then? Has he got anything? He's got a lot of errors left. That's the checker flag has fallen. He goes 5th fast. That's a great final sector there for Gamer. He's moved himself up to 5th position, but still on row 3. But here comes Vesely. Vesely back in the 5th position as they're doing musical chairs then for that. That was a car off there. I didn't see. I think it was that Glock. It might have been Glock, unfortunately, who's in a strong 3rd position. Running Cush across the line. Cush is on pole position. What an incredible lap there for Cush there. 300 a second in front of Boxtel. And where did that come from? He's done one and done. He's done one lap there. And wow, he has just really pulled it out of his back pocket. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And yes, Serious Richmond is so close, isn't there, to it's so close there to the 38. I'm not sure if we're going to get him here tonight though, are we, in qualifying. Glock is down into 4th position now, and here comes Troy. Troy is now in 4th position as well. My goodness me then. What about Sam Green across the line? Sam Green, 7th fastest, fantastic. Percy across the line, and Percy is stolen pole position by the minutest of margin. He is in the 38s there, and Percy has stepped right to the end. Then Nigel across the line, and Nigel I think stays P10 there, but Percy is on pole position and crushing the dreams of pole position there for Cush. My goodness me, 85 hundredths of a second pole position there for Lucas Percy in the Aston Martin. Fantastic, and that is his 3rd pole position of the season, and he stops the rot. He stops the domination of qualifying there for Boxtel in fine style, and Aston Martin are going to be very happy at that. Fantastic for Aston Martin and for Percy as well. Whew. I was only qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to go into the race as well, 8,500 second there. But I thought Cush had it in the final stage there. He is on the front row of the grid, Cush is there. Both Alpines had a nightmare race, didn't they, in Monaco? But that Alpine, I think overall, the Alpine is a very strong unit all of a sudden, isn't it, this season? And of course, they've had two substitute drivers that have been parachuted in, but Cush and Wouter have been absolutely fantastic since stepping up in that Alpine machine. Really good stuff indeed. My time prediction was bang on the Glock Hussein, even though he was a bit disappointed, as he said, bottle central there, unfortunately. But I think he's fourth or fifth in the on the road. But seriously, he did say a 38 though. Good luck all. Nosey is saying as well. Of course, with Nosey being in the race, I would personally think that I would hope he doesn't mean that, but of course he is a very nice guy. I'm not. So if I was ever driving, I'd never wish my I'll never wish my competition good luck, but that's because I am not a very nice guy. But yes, good luck to everyone. Then when I'm sat up here in the commentary box, I hope you all have a good race. But if you're my competitors, I hope you don't. Right, you can see a couple of spare garages there as well. I'm not going to go onto my soapbox tonight about the Andretti Autosport. Mumford's left for session, no! And that is not good at all, because remember that there's been issues getting back into the car if you're not in the car for the formation lap, and that is going to be heartbreak for the Ferrari driver. Mumford there gave us a stat earlier on. About his eight Q1 knockouts in 8 races, but of course he has been in the points on 2 occasions here this season. Hopefully he can get himself back in the session pronto. Mr. Rage, good luck all. Nosey for the win, Goku is saying. And must say, Nosey has not won a race since the Monaco Grand Prix of season 5, so that will be the longest, I think, the longest time period from two different for winners. If you get my gist. Mumford's back in the session. I really hope he's in the car, because that is going to be that's going to be heartbreak, isn't it? We've got lovely sunshine around Baku, isn't it? Of course, we've never had a rain-affected race in the real world, but we have had rain-affected races in ALR around here. Of course, we've also had a rain-affected race in Abu Dhabi, didn't we, back in Season 2 of Silver? So, very interesting weather in ALR, but especially, I think it used to be Silver, wasn't it? It used to rain a lot, didn't it? So, Silver had their own weather forecast. Right, let's go for the grid, shall we? So, not a soft tyre in sight. The medium tyres for Mumford, for Knowlesy, for Vesley, for Troy, and for Boxtel. They're trying to get an advance on the opening stint here, which will probably last between about 8 to 12 laps then. So that will be the pit window-ish. And let's go with Percy, his third pole position of the season in the Aston Martin. Stole it from Cush at the very dying seconds of qualifying. Cush has got a very squirrely car on the old rear posterior there. He had a very squirrely car in Monaco as well, didn't he? Which unfortunately did cost him issue. We've got a huge we've got backlog there with Troy, I think it is, and issues there. And where's Rooter? Rooter's dropped right down the order there, so something's going on with the other Alpine. So Cashew is on the front row of the grid. Percy pole position. Cash alongside on row 1. Boxtal in third position. Fourth is Wooter, who's very much well within the pack at the moment. Now we've got a big gap between Troy and Boxtal. Yes, we've lost that fourth position, but then Troy in fifth position. Now Glock is down in the sixth, but it's great to see him at the sharp end, and hopefully, lovely tree by the way. That's fantastic, isn't it? Lovely scenery. But this is not a wildlife show, this is a motor car show. There is what we want to see. It is Glock in 6th position at the moment, Vesley in 7th, great to see him up there along with Green in 8th position. Now Gamer in 9th in the Aston Martin, the first ever ALR champion. Nigel in 10th position. He probably is sick of me saying that, isn't he? But I kind of feel like I've got to. Chaz in 11th position, a good performance last week, wasn't it? Liam in 12th position, he was quite satisfied with that. Mark in 13th, Mr. 8 in 14th position, Nosey in 15th as Kakarot has said that Goku has said that Nosey is going for the win then, and of course that will be, as I said, that'll be the longest wins. That'll be the longest time frame between wins from season 6. There is Alhan is really struggling now. I'm not sure. I think he's warmed up his tyres a bit too much potentially. Potstuff making his debut in gold tonight in 17th position. Mumford's not in the car in 18th position, and P's in 19th position as well. I hope Mumford's in the car. Root has been disqualified. So has Percy. So is Vesley. Goodness gracious me. As I think that the Huntrons would park him on board with Mumford. I've got everything crossed that Mumford can get into that car. It's the car before the storm. Red lights are on, then they come on one at a time. They're all on already then, and the lights are out then. And look at that car angle. Kush wants to go to the race and light straight away. Let's go here in Baku, and that's a good start, I think, for Kush, because he's alongside. He is alongside, and he's going for the lead down into turn 1 there. And there's contact. There's there's huge contact there, and then Kush, the man who's on the front row, has spun the car around. Mumford is out of the race. That is heartbreak for Mumford, and I think Boxtel is in trouble as well, as I think there was a cloud, and that's one of the Haas has been forced into the wall of Liam Young, I think now. And look at this, and it's, I think the Boxtel probably is a half spin there, and who's that? Marky's off as well, and it's a terrible start for the McLaren team. And I think that I'm wondering if Kush there had a bit of had a moment into turn one there, and maybe, just maybe, I think then that it was the move may not have been on then. And did he touch Percy on the side pod? I'm not sure. Wooter is up in the second position. Glock is down in the third position there. Troy is in fourth, with Green up into fifth position there. Nigel up fourth position, sixth position. Gamer is seventh there. Wesley dropped him down one. Alhan, who's becoming a bit of a demon starter now for the ninth position there. I thought he cooked his tires on the formation that, but he certainly hasn't. He's very much on fire at the moment in the ninth position. Chaz up 10th position as well. What about Boxtel? The Grand Prix winner from last week? He's down in 11th position now, and as he got damaged on that McLaren, let's wait and see then. I think he might see a couple in the pits there. Marky and Mr. Rage said very slow at the back there, so problems for both those drivers then, and they are cruising through the castle section then. Unfortunately, Kush, the biggest loser, down 13th position. We'll see what Kush's car is like as well, as no, that's the Williams. Where is Kush? And Kush is 15th. There he is. And as he got damaged, I don't think he had damage. I don't think he got hit. I don't think he hit the wall as such, but he did get a clout on the side pod. And here comes Jordy Boxtel all over the back of Chazza now, and now Alhan is going to be swamped here. Purchase at the pass on the right side. Troy's got past Glock and moved himself over the full position there. Great stuff indeed then. And there's yellow flag then. Is a Wooters out of the race. My goodness me, what's happening in turn one? And there's cars all over the show. Alhan's gone to the back there. That's a, oh goodness gracious me. And that has to be, it's a full course caution here. And there's cars all over the show here at the opening stage of the race then. And Alhan is in ninth position. P7 position as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. I think it's just a VSC at the moment. It's a VSC at the moment, but Wooter out of the race, and the man who is second. And it's all gone very horribly wrong at the opening stage of this race, and for Wooter and the Alpine team. One was one spun in turn one, and then the other car a lap later out of the race at turn one. Medium tires is going on for the Haas, so the Virgin Safety car is going to nullify the nullify the race as such, but even so, I think a safety car would have helped Mr. Rage in this instant there, and that is such a shame indeed then. You call me Kakarot because I am Kakarot then, of course. I think if you know, you know. If you don't, then do not worry about it. It's a Dragon Ball Z fan thing, I love it. But the VSC has ended. We're back racing. Pert's got 2-second lead now over Glock, who's now in second position with Sam Green in third. And what's happened to Troy? Troy has dropped down into 13th position. Unbeknownst, he's got the wing. Troy's got the wing. There's open contact between the Alpine and the AlphaTauri. Oh my goodness me! And this is an incredible start to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And Troy is in major peril. Oh my goodness me! Kush trying to come back through the field now, and he's all over the back of Liam and Pease at the moment. Boxtel's made his way back up into 7th position. This is a major problem then for Troy at the moment. Saying now coming across Mumford's left possession out of the race. That was heartbreak for Mumford. Got through all the qualifying and then was unable to participate in the race. It's absolute rubbish, that is. Hopefully that can be fixed. Well, I say this game, probably the next one now. Boxtel up into 6th position. But Gamer's trying to have a look. They're coming back at him. But Kush is now past Liam. Yeah, there he is. We've also got Sparks flying up and down and out. Alhan is up and overtaken by Pease. Over to 9th position. Pease is flying through the field like a hot knife through butter. Really good stuff indeed. And Kush is now all over the back as well. And Troy, who's got... Oh! And what's that? Did Alhan get a bit of a helping hand there? But he's dropped down into 15th position. I'm not sure if he's got damage to the wing now, but it's been a tough hood race so far, hasn't so far for a lot of drivers. Troy, according to the screen, has got no wing, but he has stayed out then, Troy has, and so I have no idea if he's got a wing or not, but he looks quite quick, doesn't he? Has he only realised, do you reckon, he's got no? Surely he would have realised before, unless he couldn't come into the pits because of all the anarchy going on then, because when you come into the pits and you're being overtaken around here, it's very difficult, isn't it, to come into the pits if you're being overtaken. So it's a lovely shot here from the nose cone here. Glock is really on fire at the moment, isn't he? He just needs to make sure he can get to the end of the race. So in the Alpha Male, I think that is going to be the question here. So the top 4 drivers are all on the hard tyres. We've had an action-packed start to this race. We've had a pit stopper from Mr. Rage. No one's going to the pits yet. Root out of the race, though. That's 2 races in a row that he's retired from the race. That is a major, major blow for Rooter is in his championship campaign, and he felt bad after Monaco. He's going to be feeling pretty horrific after this one. Unfortunately, we have just watched Nigel, who's dropped off. He's out of DRS range now. DRS is available at this lap then, so Vesley is going to probably be quite quick at this stage. We'll see if Troy comes to the pits then. He's still quite quick about that front wing, though, isn't he? And look at this then, is Nigel trying to break that slipstream, but Vesley is coming. He is coming. He's going to have a look then, but Nigel, contact there, and Nigel's gone ever so slightly right. Kush has got past Pease, the man who's on the front row. He's got some pace tonight, Kush has, but he's having to come back through the field, but he's gone wide, and he's clipped the barrier on the outside, and now Pease is all over them. It's now got to be through and back up the order, and I'm not sure if Kush has got damage or not, but goodness me, that is less than ideal to say it, as now we've got Nigel dropping down into 5th position, then as Vesley is up into 4th. Kush has got back past as well into 3. You very much have to be reliant on your competitor there. Mr. Race at the fast half race, he's flying at the back of the field at the moment there. Mark, he also made the set fast half race, whilst everyone else is very much tripping over themselves for the track position on here. Pease is not giving this one up. He's got into the back, he's got on the curb there, and gone into Kush ever so slightly here, but Pease is still up the inside, and he is, goodness gracious me then, and he's going to have a go in the castle section. I'm going to close my eyes. This is going to get, my goodness me, and he's been forced into the wall, Pease has, and he is out of the race, and I feel that 2 into 1 is never going to go there. Pease is going to be furious with that, and goodness me, safety car is out, but 2 into 1 is never going to go around there, is it? I felt that was going to end in tears, and it has for Pease. He is shaking his head in frustration there, I am sure of it. That safety car is going to help Mr. Age with Marky catch up, but unfortunately 2 into 1 will never go in the castle section, and I'm wondering if who should have pulled out? Someone should have pulled out, but it does remain to be seen who should have pulled out. I don't think Troy came in the pits again that lap, you know. Let's see then. Let's see if he comes into the pits now, Troy. He's according to this, he's got no wing. Into the pits comes Boxtel. Now let's see if Boxtel has damage then, because it was quite a it was a bit of a clout, wasn't it? And was when he went back then. No, it's no wing change, but it's a hard tyre change here. Kush into the pits, and I think that let's see, because Kush did clout the outside barrier. Also into the pits is Troy. Then has he got damage then? If he's driven without a front wing, then if he has driven without a front wing for the past 2 laps, incredible for Troy. That pace is electric. Pease has left the session. I feel that there is going to be a bit of fallout from that one, isn't there? As unlucky Pease, Brooksy is saying, someone should have backed out there, shouldn't they? Because 2 into 1 is never going to go. It's the castle section, but Pease has made some fine progress in the back of the field. Kush there, who's also was trying to make some progress after his first lap spin as well, which is such a shame then, is there? 16 cars remain out of the 19 that started. Mumford never got to start the race, unfortunately, because of that disappointing because he left the session, didn't he, just before the start of the race there, and then he got back in, he couldn't take care of his car. It's absolutely rubbish. Who tried the race? Pease out the race as well. Luke, welcome to the stream. Luke, I don't think I've ever seen your name before. Fantastic. But he is not sitting on the fence there. It's Pease's fault there, Luke is saying now. Goodness gracious me. To be honest, I quite like opinions, so keep them coming in if you want to say, have your say, then of course give us a say, then I love it. Of course, I've got to stay as neutral as I can, mainly because I don't know my elbow from me hat and all that kind of stuff. And good job I'm not a steward either, because I would very much it'd be all out warfare out there if it was me. So that's why I'm not a steward. I'd say battle to the death. Goodness me. Right, safety car's out at the moment. Bernd Mailander's out then. He was on vacation in Monaco, wasn't he? He seems to not like to go around Monaco. I know the drivers don't like to go around Monaco, but I think that's a bit of an extra. That's a bit of a taking the mick there if Bernd Mailander decided not to show up for Monaco. But there we go. But he's back here tonight, and he's in the Aston Martin safety car, or as Pease likes to call it, a Ford Puma. But he's got 2 Aston Martins that lead in the grid. Is Pease and Bernd Mailander. The other Aston Martin is into the pits. Comes Kush. The other Aston Martin and a gamer in a fantastic position. He was in a very fantastic 5th position as well a week ago. Into the pits comes the Alpine, onto medium tires out for the Alpine, now back out now, and away he goes then. And I think that's his second pit stop then. But of course, so he's going to extend the stint now. And he will have to go into the pits again. I'm sure if 20 laps can the medium tyres do around here, I would very much eat my hat if that was the case. I don't have a hat, so I might have to buy one. But I don't think that those medium tyres are going to get to the end then. But I have been wrong before, and I probably am wrong on this occasion as well. Let's take stock. So every driver on the medium tyres that started this race has come into the pits then. So apart from Vesey, who's in 4th position, everyone else is on the hard tyres. So we'll see how this one plays out for Vesey. But I think Vesey doesn't want to lose grip. Doesn't want to lose what am I saying? Doesn't want to lose the position here, does he, at the moment? Of course, mainly probably because he's heard what's happened to his teammate Troy down in 14th position now. We've got a lot of big names that is out of position at the moment. Percy leads this way then, trying to warm up the tires. Hopefully save the cars in at the end of this lap. We've got some big names out of position then. We've got Kush down in 16th position, Troy down in 14th position. Then we've got Boxtal in 10th, and they're going to be trying to come back through the field then. Boxtal's the highest runner who has come into the pits in 10th position. And he does have his teammate Marky to be a bit of a mobile chicane for him. So Knowles, he won't be able to attack him straight from the off here. So that is going to help Boxtel to a certain degree. Then Alhan has gone onto the medium tire. Safety cars in this lap then. So as I said in qualifying, this is the toughest. This is the toughest race in terms of safety car restart. That's Mushroom saying you can always rely on kicking off in back. You really can't you? To be fair, I think Monaco, all the drivers did superbly well in Monaco, didn't they? There's a lot of heartbreak in Monaco, but drivers did take it on the chin quite nice indeed. I do have a feeling there might be some fallout though from that incident between Pease and Kush maybe then. But the two blue cars unfortunately try to squeeze through the castle section. I think one car is very difficult to get through there, let alone two. A lovely shot here from Percy's side pod here. Has he gone? I think he has gone. He has gone then, but Sam has stayed with him there. Good restart for Sam, and I think that Percy's trying to catch him unaware. They've definitely caught Vesey unaware here as we come down into turn 1 here. Here's Boxtel up the inside, passes Pot Stuff right from the get-go. He's not going. Oh, he gives him just about enough room there. That's very good stuff indeed. That one, the Haas has gone right up there. That's Mr. Raid said, but Pot Stuff jumped down the order. Alhan has got past. No, Kush got past Alhan. I moved his way up into 14th. He's up 2 positions already, and Kush is he's trying to come back through the field then. And who is that? Is Knowles has had a gear shift problem? I think no, he's slowing down. Knowles, there's a problem there for the Mercedes driver, and Knowles then is just having all kinds of rotten luck at the moment. Troy's so good he doesn't need a wing apparently. Yeah, no, I am absolutely in shock that he drove around with no front wing. That I need to ask him that after this race. Maybe your father might be able to ask him after the race because that is because I think we'll have to investigate that AlphaTauri car, because there's no way he was going at that pace with no front wing. I am absolutely beside myself. Oh goodness me, it's getting very tight though, isn't it, as we go into the castle section once again. So look at this, and who's that? That's an Alpine on the inside. Oh, and Kush has done exactly the same thing then for Troy. Now I'm not sure, was that a day late and $1 short? I think that might have been. I think the Pease one may have been more 50-50 as they were racing together, but I think that one might have been a bit of a rude buff there, as he got damaged there, Troy has. I'm not sure if he's got damage, but we'll have a look there on screen as Percy is now getting a 2.5 already on this one. But my word, then that was brutal stuff indeed. I do love a brutal overtake, but I think that might have been a step too far potentially. I'm not sure. We'll have to see it. But from the offboard, I do feel that was more of a lunge. But we'll soon find out. We'll find out after the race then. Just watching Boxhouse made his way up to 8th position. Liam, down into 9th then. But Boxhouse trying to make his way back through the order. Remember, he has come into the pits. Will he get the hard tires to the end from here? Well, he's going to have to do a lot of laps there. A lot of laps indeed, isn't he? For Boxhouse on the hard tires. He might be a bit, and with Percy with Glock and Green going to the medium tyres. I would hazard a guess that to the end of this race, I say hazard a guess that will happen at the end of this race. They will go to the medium tyres and race because they have to use 2 types of compounded tyres. I think the soft tyres going to do about 5 laps around here. Cashews up into 11th position now. So he's very much an overtaking machine, isn't he? Goodness gracious me, he's not shy to stick his nose in there. Fantastic. However, unfortunately, there's 2 drivers that might not be too impressed there, but we'll see how that one goes then. Of course, I'm very much not a driver. I did used to race, but let's be honest, racing was very much a racing was not in my DNA. Let's just put it that way, shall we? Boxtel here, who is now all over the back of Chazza. Chazza once again 2 races in a row. Chazza's having a very strong performance in that Mercedes car. Unfortunately, his teammate Knowlesy is back on the pace again now, but I think he had a gear shift problem out of turn 2, didn't he? He just went nowhere, and he went from 12th down into 15th there, disappointed 17th there. Troy on a very difficult race, of course. He had a difficult race in Imola, but I think that this one is going to be very much tested indeed then. And look at Boxtel there, fantastic. Look how much speed he's got there. That is the new rubber as well. DRS has now been enabled, of course. So that's a rule change for next season, of course, in 2023 of F1. Is the DRS to be enabled after 1 lap rather than after 2 laps then. So that's going to get very interesting. Of course, that is not going to be relevant for us until the next game in season 9. And we have got a long way to go in this championship to even think about season 9 just yet, I would hazard a guess. But Boxtel up into 7th position now. Vesely using those medium he's the only driver not to go into the pits then after that safety car period, who was on the medium tyres, and now he is really pushing on. Potstuff is dropped down to 11th position, but it's his debut site for Potstuff, and he's doing a very good job indeed, and really just keeping the car at the oars, make sure he's got all his aerodynamic pieces points in the right direction. Back on board with Kush, who is flying at the moment. He's got so much pace around here, Kush has, hasn't he? And it was so unfortunate about turn 1, wasn't it, where I'm not sure if he had a helping hand off the car, just how so unstable into turn 1. And now then he's all over the back of Liam yet, and now as we go into the castle section once again, and look at how incredibly tight it is around there. Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. I've almost got rid of this cough, almost then. New DRS rule is only being tried for a couple of races. Damn, for saying shocking behaviour. I should have known that. That's what you get for your information off TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. What they're also trying is oh, Cash is almost having a glance and blow on the wall there. Also, the other wasn't the other thing they're trying as well. And they trying the new qualified rule. We're having oh, Cash there. We'll talk about that in a minute, because Cash is all over the is getting a bit ragged here at this stage then. Oh, no, goodness gracious me, which is happening in the sprint races. Okay, that makes a bit more sense, that does. I think Boxtel's moved his way up into 6th position. So a DRS rule is only applied then. Only applied then if you're, of course, for the sprint race then after 1 lap. So that does make more sense, because the sprint race is only like 1,000 kilometres long, isn't it? So yeah, I quite like that rule. We're very interested indeed then. But there we go. I got my information off TikTok, so there we go. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So because well, there we go. That's what you get for listening to fans off of the old interweb, isn't it? No, definitely don't listen to me. Then Kush up the inside. He's got so much speed there. Is he going to make the corner? He just about does. Oh, fantastic. But that is a great move out from Kush. It's so difficult to overtake into turn 3, isn't it? But my word, Kush was very much leaning on the seat of his underpad, so he's now 2 seconds back from Chazza here. But I think that gap is going to come down in no time at all for Kush on the medium compound tyres. He's on the medium, I think, then, as he is just trying to get through this traffic as quickly as possible. Boxtel is on the hard tyres. We are expecting to go quite long in this race. Goodness gracious me. I think that Murphy has really rocked my boat. It's 100 kilometres, not 1,000. Goodness gracious me. 1,000, we'd be here forever and a day, wouldn't we? Kush then on board with in the Alpine, and he is looking at the gaps already down to second already. Goodness gracious me. And oh, I thought he's in the wall again there, and he just about kept it out. For goodness me, turn 15 is so off cambered, isn't it? You could have float off there quite easy as well. Oh, he's in the wall, and Kush then, who is pushing as hard as he dares, and I feel that with the last 2 laps there. He was very much pushing, maybe beyond his limits there. There's Troy, who is limping on there. I don't think Kush has damaged the wing, so to speak, but he certainly... Oh my goodness, really, he's now in the wall, and I think that was frustration. The tyres were overheated then, they weren't biting on the circuit. Safety car is out, Kush is out of the race then, and I think that he is going to be a very unhappy chappy after the performance he had in qualifying, and it has come to nothing on lap 10 out of 26 here in Baku. What a shame for Kush, because I think he was very much on yeah, Troy does have damage. He's on the soft tyres there, Troy is, and interesting stuff. I wonder if he's going to come back in the pits and throw on the hard tyres again then, potentially. Kush out of the race, and a big blow indeed then. So that is 2 Alpines out. Alpine, I was saying, qualifying, they do have the strongest driver lineup. However, both have had a pretty appalling races in the street circuit leg of this championship in Monaco and in Baku here. There's Bernd Mailander just parked on the left-hand side of the circuit before. So just on board Percy now, 4 seconds out in front. Percy's going to be a bit miffed about this, isn't he? Because now it is a gap that he's built up is going to come back down once again. And I don't think that it is a good opportunity to come to the pits for the medium tyres, is it? I don't know, to be fair. I would probably hazard the guess is no, is the answer. However, I think it's a perfect opportunity for Vesey to come to the pits on the medium tyres, and from the hard tyres to the end of the race then. I wonder what Boxtel will do. Do you reckon Boxtel, well, he's only got 1 set of hard tyres, hasn't he? So there's no point in him coming in again then. But I'm wondering if he might, this might help him extend the stint, though, to the end of the race, potentially. Maybe. So now is so we're just on board with the race here. Then of course they cannot blast around. Is he? He is in the pits, you know. So yes, and are they all coming in the pits? They are indeed. Here's Green, here's Glock, and Vesey's in the pits as well. Indeed. Then, and so as even in the pits is Box as well. So can the medium tyres get to the end from here? Well, let's find out. This is going to be dramatic, isn't it? And drivers out, and Glock is not been serviced at the Alfa Romeo garage is down near the end of the pit lane, and he's now being serviced out. There's Green coming out of the pits. Then look at this, it's an absolute barrage. Then as every driver has come into the pit lane here, so I think that that really answers our question, doesn't it? To be honest, that it is the medium tyres can get to the end from here. There might be a bit after a bit of tyre management towards the end there, but interesting stuff indeed. Now Troy comes into the pits again. Then of course Troy is going to have to start this race from as Geordie stay out. Serious Rush was saying there, but I think Geordie's unfortunately Geordie's already come to the pits. Unfortunately, I think he's lost position, hasn't he, Geordie? There was a lot of pit activity going on, wasn't there? As now into the pits there comes Troy onto the medium tyres, hopefully to the end of the race. Then Knowlesy has stayed out then, so he has rolled the dice here. Knowlesy has then, and let's see what he could do then. So he leads this Grand Prix then after having a gear shift issue earlier on this one. Vesey is the only driver on the medium tyres. I think that Wesley might be a bit swamped to begin with. However, if the medium tyres are going to come into tyre management issues, then I feel that Wesley is going to have a big advantage toward the end of this one. Let's see how this one plays out, because this safety car has come right at the time which a lot of drivers probably didn't want it to, apart from Wesley. So Wesley might be on the preferred strategy here. Troy's got to be rapid now. Serious Rusher saying that. I think that Troy is probably going to have a bit of red mist as well after having a very difficult Grand Prix so far. We're on lap 12. We're coming to half distance here, so let's take stock then, shall we? Alex needs the widest Mercedes ever now. To be honest, he should have asked me, because I'm sure I've got the widest. I need a wide Mercedes to fit my big keister in. But no, Alex who is Knowlesy, I should say. Goodness gracious me, we're on first terms, aren't we? Goodness me. But Knowlesy is going to definitely need the widest Mercedes. But I feel that Knowlesy is thinking more along the line of points for the Mercedes team rather than defending for the all-out win. But then again, he is a racer, he's a 3-time Grand Prix winner. He is not going to, I don't think he's going to make it too easy for the drivers, is he? Because he wants to win this one. Well, just as we say that, then we build him up then, and he knocks me down. So build me up Buttercup. So yes, I think he did that on purpose, didn't he? Really. Let's take stock then. We're on lap 13 then. Whilst Nosy in the pits, they go on to the medium tires. He's done 4 laps on the medium tires, so that's an interesting That's interesting there. Didn't he have any set of new medium tires? Well, Mercedes not too well there, have they? Percy leads the way, and every driver's on the medium tires now, apart from Vesey, who's on the hards. Let's see how that one plays out then. But the hard tires may be happier towards the end of this stint then. Which will probably be around lap 20-ish then. So of course we've got 7 laps away from that yet. The safety car should be in this lap, so this is a good opportunity then to go through the running order. Percy leads the way then. He's led the way for most of the race so far. When I say most, I mean all of it. Green, brilliant job in second position. Same with Glock in third position. And Glock has, I think Glock has never finished any higher than 8th position in an ALR Gold race, has he? Which I find that stat absolutely astounding. So this could be his first podium of his career in gold. 4th position is Besley with Nigel in 5th position. 6th position is Boxtel. The Boxtel's advantage is now unfortunately been stripped away from him because of he was on fresher tyres than everyone else, but now he doesn't have the disadvantage. We found no tyres towards the end though, so that is yin yang really, isn't it? Chad's in 7th position now. Gamer down into 8th, and I'm not sure this has been I think that he must have got held up in the pit lane because he was higher up than that. Liam in 9th position. Potstuff back in the top 10 in 10th, and outside the points at the moment then is 11th is Markey. Mr. Rage in 12th position. Alhan is in 13th. Troy in 14th position, and Knowlesy in 15th position. I couldn't type Knowlesy. I always spelled it wrong then. So as we're saying, I've spelled it wrong as well for years, and but there we go. Which is shameful, really, isn't it? Considering the fact that you would think that I would know how to spell him, as I've been watching him race now for since F1 2018. Goodness me, that makes it feel old. Safety car in at the end of this lap, and we'll be going green. Well, we are green now, but Percy's first start was okay, but Green and Glock had a very good free start there, so that is going to make Percy very wary of the 2 drivers behind him now, and this is great to see. I think Green is starting to bring some of the 100% performance that he's shown on Wednesday nights into Sunday nights, because he's had a difficult season so far, but we know he is better than what he has shown so far in the gold. And when is Percy going to drop the hammer? And he's gone. Is he gone? No, we're on board. Now he's gone then. And now we're back racing. And he's had a better start this time. Markey and Potstuff, of course, trying to overtake each other, but he can't overtake until the start-finish line. Nobody. So now we're racing again then. Sam has been left ever so slightly. And look at this. There's Gamer's already side up the inside, passes Chazza, and he is through already then. And Markey, who was trying to overtake before Potstuff before, but unfortunately did not get that move done. Troy up the inside, and he is through, and great manoeuvre there from Troy. Fantastic. No job with this as well. I don't think Mr. Rage made it too easy, did it? Sorry, too difficult, but I think it's so tight around there, and I think Mr. Rage probably wants to get to the end of this race because he can see points on the horizon. On board with Nigel in the Williams. He is a super sub tonight, isn't he? The Williams driver for Yar, who's not driving tonight, but Nigel is driving absolutely outstanding performance in this Williams so far. Mega good stuff indeed there for Nigel. But Boxtel is now all over the gearbox of the first ever ALR World Champion now. He's having a sniff, but no dice at the moment then, as we go into the castle section, which has been very action-packed this tonight. Doesn't have more action-packed than what I thought it'd be. Percy is now 8/10 second away then. Of course, he's got to get out of the DRS within 2 laps, doesn't he? Then he will be, then he would not have the DRS, will he, on the 3rd lap then, as Boxtel went 3-second time penalty. That's the first penalty we've had tonight then, which has been very impressive indeed then. So we're going to get a lot of 3-second penalties now then. Let's wait and find out. But that could be costly, especially with the amount of safety cars we've had so far. We've had 2 safety cars so far. So if we have a safety car later on, that is going to hurt Potstuff, isn't it? And there's a attempt to get his first points in his first race in gold. And this is the closest battle on track. And look at how quick Geordie is through these fast kinks there. Wow, incredible stuff there. He is using a lot of deployment for the urge as well. And he is now all over the back. And let's take a look then. Look at this. He's side by side there. And look in front of us as well. We've got Bessie in front as well on the hot tires. Purchase of the fast on race. There is Boxtel. And look at this. This is going to be very close. And going down to what Nigel having a sniff, but no dice there. And Boxtel couldn't get the job done, could he? Can he get the job done? As Chazza's dropped down 2 positions there. Chazza's having an issue there. Back to this battle here. Chazza is in major peril. He's out of the points. Chazza is what's going on for the Mercedes driver. We'll have a look at that in a minute then. He didn't look damaged to us, did he? But it was a very short, sharp look at Chazza as he went back to this battle here. What has happened to Chazza as he's okay, but it looks like I reckon he got wrong foot out turn 1, you know, and he's dropped down into 12th position. And Troy is now up into 11th. Good stuff indeed there for Troy, making his way back through the field after a very action-packed opening series of laps then for Troy and for Boxtel as well as up in 6th position. Whilst Percy is on a very leisurely drive out, a Sunday leisurely drive out the World Championship leader. Boxtel and Troy and Reuter is having a very difficult day indeed. Reuter is probably on the worst out of all of them so far as he's out of the Grand Prix. And of course, but Boxtel and Troy can't do something here. But the laps are starting to tick down now, and Nigel is starting to look at his wing mirrors and drop off the back of Vesey. Vesey 2 seconds behind Glock. And I think that is Glock and Sam keeping in front of Vesey was important for their race now, because that's going to cause a roadblock as such. No disrespect to Vesey, it's not the fact that he's slow, it's the fact he's on a different type of tyre compared to everyone else. He's on the hard tyres there, of course, so because he didn't come to pit on the first strategy, on the first safety car there. Nigel then, this time around then, Nigel is not in as much difficulty in terms of pressure, but here comes Boxtel again then, using his urge set, and look at them, and they've got another fast lap there for Percy, as they're starting to condense down then, but it was this quick, it was as close as it was last time. Mr. Rage has got past Chaz. Chaz is dropping like a stone here. There's some major problems there up the inside. Marky is now within 9th position. He's got a run about wide there, and oh goodness me, and Potts up there almost into the wall, but Marky giving him just about a McLaren's width there. Or should I say a Red Bull's width, because he's driving the Red Bull. Nigel's having a look, goodness me, down into turn 3. Of course, the DRS is now enabled. Then now this is going to be interesting. The gap is 2.5 seconds now between Glock and Vesey. So that is exactly, I think that's exactly what the two drivers of Green and Glock wanted. However, interestingly, Percy is still in DRS range of Green here. So that is not a part of the script. And there is the top 3 just in front of us there. So that is not a part of the script there for Percy. Percy would like to put out DRS. He's now out DRS now. He needs to make sure he's out of DRS. They're coming down that back straight, because it's going to be very difficult to. It's going to be very difficult to get out of that DRS zone now. It's goodness me. Potstuff has had a bit of a nightmare for the castle there. And look at them all condensing up here. But Potstuff is well out of DRS, and Troy is being held up here. And of course, if you want, he's on course for a point here. But Troy would like to get more than that, doesn't he? So this is a very damaging day for a few of the championship rivals here. But Troy, who is, but as Sirius Merch said, Troy is going to be very rapid then, but he needs to get past Potstuff, as Potstuff there is becoming a bit of a mobile chicane and no DRS at this stage of the track. However, Sam Green has had a nightmare final sector there, and he's dropped 0.5 of a second, so he is out of DRS, and that's going to help Glock. But this is what we're going to be looking for. Look at this, there's Nigel going, Nigel's going, here's Boxtel as well, and Boxtel is through as well. I think that, look at this could be a Ricardo-esque manoeuvre down into turn 1 there. No, it isn't, not quite there, but Vesey's gone from 4th to 6th there. Troy's got past Potstuff as well, and up into 10th position, and Potstuff down into 11th, unfortunately. And now we've got some DRS, and now it's Nigel's turn then to be feeling that sinking feeling then. And we got DRS from Geordie all the way, from Nigel all the way down to Marky, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th in this Grand Prix so far. And now coming into the shadow of the buildings once again, Percy, a second and a half now in front. That is going to make Glock's life a lot easier if he wants to get past Green, which he does want to get past Green, I'm sure of it. Gap is 3 seconds there, and you can see then the Boxtel's chance in this Grand Prix is starting to win Grand Prix. Is starting to slide ever so slightly. He is stuck behind Nigel here at this stage. Boxtel is there, and goodness gracious me, it's been a great. It has been a great comeback drive so far for Boxtel. Fair play, but laps. He's only got 9 laps to go then, and of course every lap he is stuck behind Nigel. It is going to. It may cost him a Grand Prix win, or a 2nd or a 3rd here tonight then, or maybe even a 4th, because Nigel's not going to let him through then. On his return to gold here tonight, his 82nd Grand Prix start for Nigel. He's got a wealth of experience in this category. He is not going to wave anyone by, is he? But at the same time, he is. He knows he's got a job to do for the Williams to the team. That's a wingless Haas there, and he's got no wing at all, Mr. Rage has, and that is a shame. And I feel that unless there's a late safety car, I think that Mr. Rage's advance on points here tonight is done and dusted, unfortunately. Here comes here comes Boxtel up the inside, takes her 4th position there, and in the background now is Gamer. He's not alongside enough though, is he? And Vesey just about hangs on, and I think that Gamer would love to have got past there, wouldn't he? Boxed out is having to full position. Can Nigel come back at him? What about Gamer as well then? Because this is going to get very fruitful indeed, I feel. A lovely shot here from the Azerbaijan. So Vesi's going on the outside. So Gamer's on the inside here. Oh, that's a bit of a day late there from Gamer, but he somehow keeps outside the AlphaTauri. Great racing here from both these drivers. Oh no, and oh no! And Gamer and Vesi have come to blows, and that is not great racing. And Vesi's incredible race there, as and Gamer and Vesi's great race there is had a bit of a nudge in the wrong direction, unfortunately, as I don't think it was the slightest of damage there, but is that enough damage there to make him cut in the pits or slow the cars down? Look who's up in the 6th position now. It's Liam. Yeah, fantastic there. He's on a strong season. He's 6th in the championship as well, Liam. Yeah, he's on a solid, if not spectacular, championship, isn't there? Which is it sounds harsh, but it's really not, isn't there? Because he is keeping himself out of trouble, and that sometimes is the main game in the world of Formula One, ALR World Championship. Anyway, Boxhar's got it down to 2.8 seconds at 2.7, and the gap is coming down all the time here. Troy is now in the top 10, but his teammate Bill and Vesely, which is keeping on Gamer if they need to go in the pits. And Liam, who's out of the because of that kerfuffle out of turn 4 and 5. Out of turn 5, but that is kind of produced a huge gap between themselves and Nigel to 3 seconds. Spoke too soon, Sean. I did indeed, didn't I? I should just left it as it was. It's such a shame because both drivers really were doing a great job, weren't they? As Troy is struggling a bit for pace down that back straight. Even with DRS, he couldn't get past Gamer. But luckily, I think for Gamer and for Vesely, they've carried on, and they do not look too worse for wear. Vesely might be able to get this come back out in this race as well. Then, of course, with those hard tires and everything else onto the mediums here. Troy is having a look. It's very difficult to overtake in turn 3. You do need a lot of assistance, don't you, from the driver in front there. You need a lot of cooperation, and the drivers do not like to give you cooperation because they don't like to overtake, do they? Oh my word then, I think it's been the toughest race for me so far since ALR's return, doesn't it? Oh, I'm absolutely kerfuffled in this one so far. And we have still got another 7 laps to go. Of course, it's the second longest lap in the order. And Markey almost into the back of Liam, And now here comes Gamer, and goodness me, they're really loving this. Oh no! No! And it's into the castle section again. And Gamer out of the race. And that's a safety car, a very late safety car here. And Mr. Rage is going to be grinning from ear to ear. They love that castle section tonight, don't they? And Gamer's left the session. He's going to be furious at that. Then he was having a strong race, wasn't he? But 2 strong races in Monaco and here tonight has not really produced the results that Gamer would have wanted. Nil points in both of them. Is anyone going to come into the pits on the soft tires? And Percy once again had almost a 5-second lead here, and that's going to come down. Now, is Percy going to come into the pits? No, he is staying out there. This is going to be a short pit. Was he coming in the pits? Let's take a look. No one is coming into the pits then. I wonder if someone at the lower end of the points might think. I wonder if a Chaz or Alhan or Nosy might come into the pits. Liam is in the pits, you know. Liam is in the pits then, and is he going to throw on the soft tires then? Liam for driver of the day. I would definitely not disagree with that. I think there's a lot of him. Percy probably deserves a mention as well, because he's been absolutely. Well, that's the wrong pit stop. There we go. He is on the soft tires, and there's a lot of soft tires. Wesley's gone to the mediums here. Wesley outside, of course. So that is such a shame for Wesley, isn't it? There, of course, but a big shame for both Gamer and Wesley, unfortunately. Soft tires there for Marky Wesley. I'm surprised he didn't go on the soft tires. I wonder if he might come back in the pits. Liam doing a good job there. I think Percy's done a great job. Sam Green and Glock may also be in contention for driver of the day as well. I wouldn't even attempt the two side by side into the castle section. I wouldn't either, to be honest. I was trying to get to get 1 car through there, let alone 2. But we've had 3 or 4 instances there through there tonight. I can't remember there being that many instances. Maybe of course these 2022 cars. The first time ever racing around the Baku in the 2022 format of car. Maybe they're just being a bit bold. This safety car has really hurt Pot stuff, hasn't it? He's the only driver of a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, and because of that, he may not be able to get points from here, even with those soft tires there. But this has been such an action-packed race, hasn't it? We are expecting another lap beyond the safety car, but it's been such an action-packed race, this one. And so that I wouldn't rule any of these 14 drivers out of of getting some points here, at least. So retirements. Mumford did not start the race because the game is rubbish, basically, in a nutshell. He wasn't allowed it. He couldn't be able to get into the car, his own car, which is such a shame for Mumford. Because a race like this, I think Mumford will probably be still in this race. I bet my bottom dollar on that. Wouter out of the race, and Pease out of the race as well. Kush out of the race. Gamer out of the race as well. 14 drivers still left in this one, and they are Percy, Green, Glock, Boxtel, Nigel. This is going to have Boxtel, Noen in fourth position, Nigel in fifth, and Troy is back in the sixth. That's what's going to have Troy. Chaz has moved his way back into seventh, and after having a couple of difficult laps at eighth position is Alhan as well. Now then, for the drivers who have come into the pits and come to the pits under the safety car period, then it is Alhan's in the pits as well. So Alhan is coming into the pits, and he can probably see what we can see in the broadcast on the left-hand side tires. Everyone is on soft tires behind him here, and he was probably going to be feeling a bit vulnerable here. He's now into the pits now, throwing on the soft tires. I'm surprised Spencer didn't come to the pits and go on soft as well, you know. Alhan coming out of the pits, and anyway, so now it is Liam Yeh in 8th position, and the highest runner on the soft tires, Chazza, Troyori, goodness me, and Troye is and Nigel. I think that those drivers are going to be very vulnerable now towards the end of this one. We've also got Mark on soft tires, Vesey on medium tires, new medium tires, Potstuff on medium, Knowlesy, Potstuff on soft, the soft for Knowlesy, 3 laps over Mr. Rage those tires on. I wonder if Mr. Rage has another set of soft tires, because those tires are going to struggle in the next lap or two, you know. Castle making the race so far. Tonight. Hope you're watching, Silver. Dan Murphy, I'm watching. I'm always watching. Ooh, goodness me. We've also got a good job. I hope I haven't got my webcam on then, because unfortunately you wouldn't be having a very unflattering view of my nether region. Not Percy at the moment then, who is leading this race then, but the Aston Martin safety car will be coming back into the pits in the not too distant future, and we can be going racing once again. You know, how far can those soft tires get up with 4 laps to go? I think Liam could probably target 6th, maybe 5th. I don't think he'll be on the podium, you know, these soft runners. But I have been wrong. Maybe I'm selling the soft tyre a bit too short potentially. Maybe I probably am, to be fair. But we'll see how it goes. But I can't see the soft runners getting any harder than 5th with just 4 laps to go in this one. No DRS either. No DRS, and so they have to do their overtaking under the traction zones and under the braking zones of the turns. And I think that's the best time. Well, that's obviously the best place where the tyres are going to really be at their peak for the soft runs then. Serious Russian, why is your soft? It's because I'm stood up. If I sit down commentating, it doesn't feel very. I don't feel like I'm excited enough. So I always stand up doing this, Malark. Anyway, we've got to 21 out of 23 laps to go then. So Farp is discussing the driver of the day. Then Nigel, Boxtel, Sam Green, and Troy, I think, are his picks. And when he does get that, up and running, I'd agree with that. Now then, we're going now. And look at this, and we've got a lot of cars in there side by side. Here comes Boxtel. He's got so much speed, hasn't he? There? And he's going out to defend here. He is going to defend. They go down into it. That's going to be cool. Oh my goodness me, how did they not spin there? That is beyond me. That's fantastic racing. Liam up into 7th position there. One of the Mercedes is dropping down. I think it's Knowlesy again. Knowlesy has got some issues there, hasn't he, at the back of the field? But Liam already up in position already. Here comes Boxtel then, and into turn 3. Is he going to have a look then? I think that he needs a lot of cooperation into turn 3, doesn't it? I do get worried when they try to overtake into turn 3 because it doesn't go too well. But it does go a lot. It does go a lot better than he's off the road there. Potstuff is on. What a shame. And a good Boxtel has gone past Glock, or has he? No, they haven't. And Glock, who's driving a superb race, isn't he? He wants his podium more than ever, doesn't he? And this is his first potential podium of his gold career. But of course he's got Boxtel who's going for the championship, isn't there? So I don't think Boxtel is going to be concerned about Glock's aspirations at the moment. And I think Glock's performance here tonight is certainly an eye-opener, and Sam Green as well. I think those performances tonight is going to be an eye-opener for the rest of the field. I have no doubt about that, because that is quite impressive performances from both those drivers here tonight. Really well done indeed. Their best performances of the season easily. Liam all over the back of Troy now having a look then, but Troy there is not going to be too concerned yet. No DRS yet. Percy leads 9/10 second away from green, with Glock in third position now, but Boxtel is now up into fourth position now, and Newson, look at that, and he's got so much more pace than that Alfa Romeo. He's going to be through before you even get to the start finish line. Magnificent indeed there. Look left, there is the McLaren, he is already through. Wow, and there is no way that Glock could defend that. That is absolutely, and did he make contact there? I was on we was on a bit of a rubbish camera angle there. Liam has not got past Troy yet, and which I'm quite surprised by, because I thought you'd be able to get past him at turn 16 out of traction zones, and that's not the case, is it? But Glock is trying to come back at him. Glock has got some, I think he's too far back, Glock is, and he's still on course for his best result of his career. Contact there, and he's almost gone to the back of Boxtel, and whoa, goodness me, and Chaz has dropped down to 9th, 10th, because Vesely's up into 9th, on course for his second points finish of the of his season, and in the consecutive as well. Now Glock is being pressured by Nigel. We got Troy, Liam, and Marky Vesely, Chaz, and Mr. Rage, Alhan, all Lionel Sternan, and there they are at the moment. Goodness gracious me. Oh my golly gosh, I found absolutely incredible stuff indeed there for Nigel, isn't it? Of course, Glock is leading 50-50 between Green and Glock then for drive of the day. Fantastic stuff indeed then. I've gone for Glock like the old days, Ed. Yeah, Glock is Glock, I think, has been really impressive tonight, hasn't he? And it's been great to see Glock up there. However, he is going to be feeling a bit of the pressure now. And look, Liam is on the inside, passes Troy, and he's going to run Troy out wide as he, oh, goodness me, just about. And he is up into 6th position. Liam has got back to where he was before he came into the pits, and Troy is now going to be dropping like a stone here. This is going to be painful for Troy and his championship aspirations here tonight as well. It's not all done and dusted. He can still get some points here. DRS is now enabled, and here comes Troy then, and Troy then is now going. He's going for it. He's on the Liam Yes on the inside. He's going to have so much more confidence on the break in. He has gone slightly wide there, Liam Yes, but he does have much traction, more purchase as well. And that McLaren and Markey also having a sniff at the inside of Troy. But I think that Troy may now have to start to turn his attention back to the back to Markey as well, because Markey's already. I thought he was side by side actually. He's not quite then, but look, here's DRS. I've got a lot of DRS, a lot of stitchery as well. I've got a lot of crap, a lot of dodgy camera angles here, aren't I? Oh goodness me, he's on the Markey's on the inside, Troy. That's surely illegal. Good heavens, there. And well, I'm not too sure if that's a bona fide overtake or not, but I don't think Troy's going to be too impressed with that. But now he's solid again. Oh my word. And then now as they just come out of the chicane, then of course 40-40 now for Glock, for Glock and Sam. Geordie's on 20% voting as well. Box out making his way back up into a superb third position. Troy at the moment, but I think that it's going to be Markey that we're going to be more concerned about at the moment, haven't we? We'll be more concerned about the moment because there he is, and he's on the soft tires. Vesely is looking more happier on those medium tires, isn't he? Can Liam get up into 5th position, maybe even 4th, because look who's in front of us. I have been saying the soft tires a bit short, because Liam he's up the inside of Nigel, and he takes the 5th position there, and then Nigel trying to come back down, and Liam, oh gosh, they're going to go side by side. I'm concerned about this, but Liam is through and up into 5th position there. And of course I think he'll have DRS as well, you know, because he was passed at before the drag reduction system. And look at Nigel's coming back at him now, and then my goodness me, there he is, and blimey, whoa, oh my goodness me, and the Troy and Markey, and that's a huge smash there. I don't think it was Troy who was coming for his one, Markey out of the race, and that is a horrific shunt. And we didn't get to see much of that there, but that was absolute. It was, I think it was Troy just trying to sneak by on the inside of the. Goodness me! I've just seen I just rewatched it on the stream there, and that is an absolute my word there. Oh my gosh, I am, and Liam, luckily staying a bit in the race. Markey's out of this race there, and a humongous smash there. And who's that? That's Mr. Rage who spun off there, and Mr. Rage has spun off Paul Stubbs at the fast on race, and that will be his if he can keep that pass up, he will get that point then. Oh gosh, and Troy now in 5th position there, but that was a absolutely absolutely horrific incident on the back straight there, wasn't there? And I think Troy snuck on the inside, didn't he? And I don't think Liam seen it as such, and seen it is much too late there. Liam is struggling in the back there. I think he's got more damage. I'm not surprised, to be fair, because that was a horrific incident indeed then. And that has helped any drivers that was on the medium tires. Vesely back up in the 7th position now. That is going to help any drivers then, because that's taken out both of the soft runners, who was very quick at this stage of proceeding. But Liam is going to be absolutely furious with that, isn't it? I don't know. I'm not going to say whose fault it was, because I have no idea. Boxtel, because he's on a rubbish kangaroo angle as well. Boxtel is a 2.5 seconds behind Sam Green. Sam Green has been absolutely the pick of the bunch today, and he's been really well. Oh, I've knocked my mic in front of my nose out, so you've probably got a lot of breathing. Oh, goodness me! And look at this into turn 1. That Glock could be swamped here. And look at this, 4 into 1 doesn't go. But the Bessie's having a 4th position. Magnificent. Never ever doubt. Glock's got a 3-second penalty. It's all unraveling at the end for Glock. No! Oh, what a shame there for Glock. And I think that's going to take him out of the points, isn't it? It's going to be very close to the outside of the points there. Troy up into is now in 6th position there. But Glock then, who was in 3rd position for most of this race, is now down the order. Liam is still crawling. I think that Liam has got major damage on that Haas car. He is limping home, and oh my goodness me, then. Yes, definitely, it's never boring in gold, is it? Serious Rush is saying that. And we've got yellow flags, and his pot stuff is an issue into turn 1 as well. And just coming up into sector 3, and goodness gracious me, this is the final lap of the race, and an absolutely incredible race end to this one, isn't it? Chazza could get some points as well. Alhan and Mr. Rage could also get some points as well. I think that Mr. Rage needs to be a bit further in front, because I think that Glock, with that 3-second penalty, is going to drop him down to 9th position, something like that. Oh my word. So as now Percy, well, you may not believe it, but I think Percy, behind Percy, has been absolute chaos. But in this race, Percy has driven an absolutely stonking race, hasn't he? And that is very impressive indeed. Then, as I think the Levy just wants to be, if he doesn't want to go for another lap, then he's down in 30th position, and there he is. And yeah, he's got major damage, hasn't he? But Percy wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. That's his 2nd Grand Prix win of the season, with Sam Green getting 2nd and Boxtel getting 3rd. And it's a great performance for Sam Green today. Absolutely stupendous stuff indeed for Sam Green. I'm absolutely overjoyed with that. That is exactly the kind of performance he has done in 100%. And Percy getting his 2nd Grand Prix win of the season, and that is going to extend his lead in the World Championship. Oh my goodness me, Vesey recovering back up to 4th, and two great drives in 2 weeks after Vesey, loving the street circuit. With Troy in 5th position. Liam, it's a joke. Then he has a joke as that incredible performance of Liam. He was on course for 5th or 4th position before that incident on the start-finish straight. Then, so that is a big blow indeed. Then. Barge off the track for that 3-second penalty, so Glock will take a 5-second penalty, 3-second penalty. Make sure you got your race director Glock, so that you can submit it to the admins there, my good sir. Then. Goodness gracious me then. Yeah, so make sure you get your race director then if you want that 3-second penalty removed. Driver of the day, Sam Green. I do not have any quarrels about that. He drove superbly well, and very good stuff indeed, and he's almost quadrupled his account, hasn't he? Very nicely done indeed then, as Liam slowed down for the final lap then. Yeah, I think that he is going to be very miffed about the final stage there. Too much tire wear, Glock was saying in the end to fight for podium, but much better performance overall. It was great to see. It was a very good performance all around. We'll interview Boxtel in just a few moments. I think he actually just jumped into the party. Sam Green's also in here as well. Lovely stuff indeed. Let's go for the finals classification then from the, where are we? Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Percy, a 2nd Grand Prix win of the season from pole position to checkered flag. And it seemed very straightforward for Percy, wasn't it? But it was all anarchy behind, wasn't it? Green from 8th on the grid. I forgot he started 8th on the grid, but in 2nd position, he commanded that 2nd position for over like 95% of the race. Good stuff indeed. Boxtel, great recovery drive drive back to third then after it went a bit peak tog in the opening lap set. Vesely in fourth position, great recovery drive as well after of course he put himself after him and Gamer came to blows then. Troy in fifth position there, difficult race for Troy, but I think it's damage limitation and Nigel on his return, brilliant drive to sixth position for Nigel. Chaz in seventh position, 2 points in the 2 points in the row then. Alhan in eighth position, ninth position is Glock, but he's trying to get that 3-second penalty remove. Mr. Race there salvages a point after quite a tough one. Knowles in 11th position there. Pot Stuff gets a bonus point for fast lap for Red Bull. Liam Yet in 13th position there. Markey retired from the race then after that horrific shunt on the start finish straight. Gamer, Cash, Pease, Wooter and Mumford all retired then from this absolutely fantastic Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And Percy, that's your second Grand Prix win of the season, and it looks straightforward from the front, but there's all Anarchy behind you.
Yeah, it was a cracking race. As I said in the interview last week, you never know what's going to happen at Baku. It's crash heaven, and fortunately for me, behind me it was crash heaven. I think lap one was a bit sketchy, but other than that, yeah, it was pretty plain sailing from my side.
Was there contact between you and Kush going into turn one then? Because we had a bit of a rubbish camera angle. Was there contact that made Kush spin, or did he spin on his own?
To be honest, I don't know. I had Geordie on my outside and Kush on my inside, so I kind of got squeezed in the middle. But if there was contact, I'm sorry, there's not really much I could do.
And then, of course, after that, I think that's the only action point in the race, really. The amount of, but you was, I think you had a 5-second lead at one point, and then the safety car, well, one of 3 safety car came out then, is that you was trying to build up a gap, trying to build up that gap then. How frustrating and how difficult was it for you to refocus your mind when the safety cars came in?
To be honest, yeah, that final safety car really mixed things up. I was saying to James and Sam in the party, what do like just coming up to the pits, I didn't know whether the box was softs, because if I didn't box and everyone else behind me boxed, everyone's going to be on the softs and much quicker than me. But yeah, thankfully I made the correct decision. But yeah, the safety cars, it always spices things up around here because of how high the tyre wear is.
Yeah, and when we seen you slowing right down, was you really considering about going on soft tyres?
I wasn't. I was only considering doing it if Sam was going to do it, but when Sam said he's not going to risk it, then I just thought, well, if Sam's going to stay out, hopefully he can be a rear gunner, and he was finishing in P2, which is good for him. But yeah, I mean, it's those sort of calls that can make or break a championship, and I know we're only 7 races in. I am really pleased with how it's going so far. I mean, Geordie and Troy not having the best of luck today, same as Wooter, but hopefully it stays like this most weeks.
And that's been absolutely fantastic, hasn't it? And so going on to Canada in a week's time, it's not really very much a street circuit as such. It's more of an Albert Park kind of circuit. How are you feeling going into Canada?
Yeah, I've not really raced around the track much in this game. Last year I was quick. I think I had my first ever pole in ALR at Canada. So yeah, hopefully it's a good track for me, but we'll have to wait and see.
Good stuff. Well done today. Personally, brilliant stuff indeed. Then Sam Green is our driver of the day, and Sam, my goodness me, we sit in the 100% league that you've shown flashes of brilliance, but today you were very much on tip-top form now. Tell us about your race and how difficult is it to see Glock on your rear gearbox for most of this one?
Yeah, constantly a threat behind from Glock. Seemed to just about get enough in the middle sector to last sector to keep him away from any moves. But yeah, to say I've got some sort of nosebleed being up here on the podium would be polite. Yeah, I just think everything went my way today. I had good pace, kept out of trouble where there was trouble. Yeah, it couldn't have gone better.
It certainly couldn't indeed. And even the viewers said you got driver today as well. It's absolutely superb. Talking about the restarts and the safety cars, we heard Percy say that he was a bit more concerned towards the end on that last safety car. Was you concerned throughout the other 2 safety cars and what strategy to go on, or was you always thinking that nope, I know my strategy, I'm just going to stick with it?
Yeah, it was always a bit of a panic with the 3 safety cars, but the first one was too early to try anything risky on like a double medium or a medium soft. The second one was okay because my hards didn't have much tyre wear, so going onto the mediums felt like it could make it. And then the last one was quite convenient. Yeah, it boxed up the pack a bit, but me and Lucas had a pretty damn good restart, getting away. Obviously, Geordie battling with Glock sort of got us me out of DRS from him. So yeah, they were sort of panic stations for sort of 60 seconds or so, but once we got our head around things, it sort of all worked out what we did.
And last week I think you got 9th position last week, and so and you've scored here again today. You've got 20 points in the last 2 races, well, since 2023. So is this your year now to really start to get on the roll?
Well, we'll see. I doubt I'll ever be on the podium again, if I'm being honest. I think everything sort of came my way today in terms of pace and staying out of trouble. So if I am on the podium again, great, that's wonderful. But yeah, just chipping away at some points for me will do me just fine.
Really well done today, fantastic, and congratulations on drawing today and the podium as well, magnificent stuff. And let's come to Boxtel, who finished third. And Geordie, goodness me, and it seemed to be the world against you at some stage in that race there. But how are you feeling overall?
Well, if you saw the start, I think I can be really happy with 3, because it was a pretty hectic start. So yeah, it was lucky that I didn't get damaged, but yeah, still pretty pleased that I got third.
And talk us about the difficult stages in the race. I must admit, I'm struggling to remember them all, but you were getting knocked back quite a few times in that race. And so, how difficult is it to really focus your mind?
Yeah, you just need to stay calm and just try to overtake as many people as possible and to try and get to the front as much as possible. Yeah, you would like to battle with Lucas for the win, but yeah, just a lot of bad luck again today.
Indeed.
Yeah, hopefully I can.
Sorry, apologies. And of course, you did manage to finish P3 in the end. And I've got to say, I think that there are some very incredible manoeuvres as well today. What was your favourite? Because there was a couple of times where you side by side with a couple of cars, and I must say I was getting a bit concerned about all 3 drivers there. But what was your favourite moment of today then, if you could pick one?
I guess when I went 3 wide in start-finish straight, I guess that was pretty awesome, and went on the inside and got both of them. So that was pretty.
My goodness me, I was a bit worried, to be honest. But we did have a horrific incident towards the end as well. And of course, going on to Canada, of course, we now go to the other side of the pond, so to speak. Because this is now, I think this is your 3rd podium in the row. You're on very fine form at the moment, and you have eaten Troyes advanced away, and you could be up to P2. But Percy has again extended his lead in the championship, going into round 9 in a week's time. How are you feeling then? Of course, we ain't even at half distance yet, so anything can happen. But are you feeling like the title's slipping away at the moment?
Well, it's pretty difficult because Lucas is really consistent and pretty difficult to close the gap. But I know I'm pretty fast around Canada, so maybe I can scrap some points away from the championship lead. But yeah, I know it's going to be difficult, pretty long, so close the gap.
Really good stuff. Very, very well done to all 3 of you today. You've been fantastic then on the rostrum winners circle, or whatever they like to call it. And that's going to be it then for gold tonight. And my goodness me, I need to lie down because that was an absolute cracker. And goodness me, it's past my bedtime as well. Right, so congratulations to Percy, the Grand Prix winner today. Sam getting his first podium of the season. And Boxtel for recovering as well, getting his 3rd podium in a row. We will be back tomorrow night where we'll be going to, well, we're still in Baku, but we'll be going to Silver as well. Nigel's going to be in action again tomorrow. But Fanjo, can he bounce back after the misery of Monaco? And then Bronze will be on Wednesday. No, it won't. It'll be on Tuesday night then for Bronze. And with Dynamo Dan, who won last time out in Monaco. Can he do it? Can he get his 3rd Grand Prix win of the season?